The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. Bit of a new look for the Rap Roundtable. For the clowns, I don't see no roundtable. Listen, go to your dictionary or go to. I don't got no dictionaries. Go to Google, type in roundtable as one word, and you will have your answer there.
There you go.
But anyway, New York's #1 podcast for hip hop. Put your ones up.
Yes.
It's back in. This is episode 108 of the Rap Roundtable. Again, new digs, new look. Same spot, but new look. We just switching it up. Chat. Let us know if you fucking with it. In fact, let us know if you really like this new look or should we go back to the table. Let us know in the chat. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Keep the current look or go back to the old look. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, this is way more comfortable over here.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? Let room. You know what I mean?
You got a point.
Got some lumbar support.
It's a fact. Word to Deanie and shit.
Welcome
You know what I
back,
mean?
nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Let me take a little sip.
Yeah.
But again, New York's #1 podcast for hip hop. It's your boy Jav here alongside the Rap Snob.
What up?
Alongside Deanie the Balance.
Force be with
Alongside the homie Mase. You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and of course Twitter. The beat you hear in the background is brought to you by a returning Sincere Beats. He makes beats.
Super producer.
You already know what it is. There's no opening show rant tonight. You know, I'm not mad about anything for a change. I got my rant off with the lunch hour with Cole. I don't hate any other podcasts right now. In fact, after getting the necessary recognition, it's like, why am I acknowledging other things when we're clearly in a different conversation now?
We're cooking.
And then I DM'd a certain somebody who had a round table recently, and I was like, the round table needs to be a part of that. So I reached out to bro. He followed back, linked on the DM, and we're gonna continue to gravitate towards different atmospheres of hip hop discourse where we belong in the first place.
It's only right.
You know what I'm saying?
You borrow a name. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Doing something right over
man.
One day we'll
show some love.
The rap roundtable is gonna probably sit down with the curator of the rotation roundtable, and we could trade some bars.
Have a
You know what I'm
conversation.
saying? We can have a
You
little
dig?
conversation.
Spider-Man meme.
You know what I mean? Facts. No, ain't no Spider-Man memes. No. Because based on, you know what I mean? All right. But nevertheless, you know, it's good to know that we'll be recognized for the work that we put in. And I'm learning now with the advent of social media that you could just put shit on the net and you could turn the notifications off and niggas can say what they want to say and you could be none the wiser.
I try to tell you, man. I try to tell you.
Yeah.
Just block out the chatter, bro.
All the hot takes, I'm dropping them on Twitter and I just mute the conversation.
Drop the bomb and go.
I'm out.
Bro.
I don't got to take
drop
that
the
shit.
grenade.
And if I don't see it, I definitely don't have to take it. You know what I mean? Because people can say what they want to say. There's no pleasing it. The mailbag, we got a mailbag entry today that speaks to our experiences at Rap Roundtable. But anyway, let's play my favorite drop. Let's get it.
Tonight's entertainment.
So with all the noise, you know, J. Cole came outside. He assessed the situation for better or worse. As a quartet, we've all given our takes about that situation.
He kind of came outside.
I mean, he explained himself.
You approached the sidewalk. You know what I mean? Like,
so he ain't go to the spot where everybody was standing at?
Nah. He played it safe.
He talked to one person who would stand by him regardless of what he did?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So he's kind of outside. He ain't go to the corner store yet. You know what I mean? He's still sending people to make the store runs. But in the midst of that conversation, people on J. Cole's side, or people who claim to be neutral, say that even with all of this, J. Cole is still the better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. They say he's the more skilled lyricist, he's more talented, he's more active, and in some cases, some of the things that Kendrick Lamar raps about, niggas don't want to hear, and Cole is the guy who's actually resonating out here. So, of course, if that's the conversation in the chatter, or as people I see in the chat now, they call us yappers, if that's what niggas is yapping about on the internet, then that means that we got to yap about it on the Rap Roundtable.
We do.
So I got to pose the question to us, Walt in the cut, the chat, who's better, Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole? I feel like we had this conversation 2-3 years ago.
Facts.
After the was it the off-season drop, right?
Yeah.
And a lot has transpired since then.
Kendrick was radio silent. He was in his cave.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Word to Dean.
Word to Dean.
Chilling, man. He was
so
5-year break.
2 years later, we come back to this conversation with new information New albums, new disses, deleted disses.
Right.
Let's talk about it,
Did
guys.
we really need the new information now?
Yes, we do, Sincere. Let's
necessary.
talk.
I don't
Since you
think
so
we did.
adamant, who's better right now?
I don't think
Kendrick Lamar or J.
Sin,
Cole.
what's
Yo,
up?
nothing has changed, bro.
Wow.
Nothing.
Nothing has changed.
Wow.
Wow.
Kendrick
bro.
was better.
That's crazy, bro.
2-3 years ago when we had this conversation,
Sheesh.
Okay.
Kendrick was better before that. Kendrick continues to be better than Cole.
Okay.
Since then, nothing has changed. There's zero that has transpired that has changed that objective scientific fact.
So you saying that Kendrick is a better lyricist,
Everything.
better
There's-
flow, better pocket
Realer
work,
stories, more
realist-
charisma.
and then
all of
Most
that.
consistent.
The
Most
only thing-
consistent.
I don't know
Only
about
thing-
that.
I don't know
Most
about
consistent.
I don't know
What do you
about
mean by
this.
that?
He's getting hotter because he don't really do interviews, but Cole don't really do interviews neither.
He's
so
consistent at
Yeah.
something.
by
What the fuck are you
default,
talking about?
most consistent.
more
The fuck are you talking about?
Let's run down the discography.
You tell
I mean,
Cole been
you
outside.
said
Good
it.
Kid, Mad City,
You said it though.
To Pimp a Butterfly,
Hiatus is a hiatus.
Damn,
yeah.
Section 80,
Fire.
Untitled,
Okay.
Unmastered, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah.
All right. Now I've rolled off
Don't
6
forget about
albums
that Taylor
there.
Swift verse, man.
J. Cole. Nah,
Hillbillies.
however you
He be
feel about
spitting,
Mr. Morale, all right, let's look at the other 5.
Right.
You know what I mean? J. Cole's best album, where does it land on those 5? If you rank,
So Good Kid.
J. Cole's
To
best
Pimp a
album
Butterfly,
with Kendrick's album.
Damn. Mr. Morale.
Yeah, Section 80.
Section 80. And you saying where would Cole's best album
Best.
rank between those 5? So we already know Good Kid is he don't got nothing better than Good Kid.
No.
He don't got nothing better than Damn. But
No.
he got a couple better than To Pimp a Butterfly.
No, absolutely not, bro.
He got a couple better than To Pimp a
Absolutely
Butterfly.
not. There's no way.
2014 could be a conversation.
2014 is not a conversation.
We
bro.
talking
I'm sorry.
rapping though, right?
Could be
We're
a
not talking about political
24
commentary for
24
white people. We're
Right.
talking about rap.
Talking about rapping.
24. We talk about music. We talk about rap. We talk about music.
So then he got some albums better. He got some albums better than
2014
than
Then
To Pimp a
Force
Butterfly.
Drive.
he does
Yeah.
not, bro.
I'll
Off
take-
season was not
Give me
bad
the
either.
off season
Bro.
over To Pimp a Butterfly,
Yeah,
bro.
you know, off
Honestly,
season was not bad. It was not a bad album.
Y'all wild.
It was actually
Y'all,
pretty
y'all
good.
about to get me tight. Man.
Hey, listen.
Y'all really about to
The
get
only-
me tight,
the
man.
only
When's the
album
last
that
time y'all
is-
listened to Pimp a Butterfly?
Pretty good.
that's the point.
Yeah, go back and listen to that shit. With more grown-up ears, bro.
It got some joints.
It
got
got
some-
some joints.
Got some joints.
It got some
It got
joints.
some joints.
To Pimp a Butterfly is fucking brilliant.
Got some
beginning
great
to end,
skits.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, this wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
this
got some
wasn't
real
like.
riveting commentary.
Right.
Riveting.
This wasn't a Public Enemy album, bro.
Like,
this
come
was
on,
like
bro. Like,
not
look,
too long
I
ago.
think- I feel-
Self-destruction.
Listen, I
Yeah,
feel
Self-destruction.
Yeah, that's what you want?
I feel like y'all get hung up on like the
Hung up on
political
it being
or-
a good album.
or
It's
so,
all,
like the social commentary aspect of it.
It's
All right,
cool, bro.
put that aside.
all right.
But listen to the music.
Yeah.
Listen to the arrangement.
Jazz, right?
Listen
It
to
was
the
a very
the
jazzy,
jazz.
soulful album. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Listen to the rhyming.
All right.
Listen to the songwriting.
And we listen to the
Brilliant.
off season, and I'll put the off season. for the all
Thank you.
Hey!
Thank
What do you
you.
mean?
Thank you.
What,
Y'all
I'll put
wildin'.
KOD in front of that shit too. Honestly,
A lot of
Forest
people, a lot of
Hills
people
Drive
fuck-
Y'all
I'll
got
smoke-
put that in front of it
That
too.
got
Y'all
an
smoking
argument.
crack,
man.
bro. Y'all smoking the same shit fucking Jaguar Rice smoke.
Wow, Sandy,
Y'all
you
Wow.
getting real defensive
man.
right now,
Y'all-
bro.
Jeez.
that's outlandish,
crazy,
bro.
bro.
Outlandish?
Absolutely.
Wow.
No way.
egregious.
What's your opinion
Outlandish.
though, as far as the
Crazy.
He's
album?
saying
He's-
that
he
Cole
said-
don't got nothing in that 5. That's what
You
he's
say
saying.
that's better than
I
any
honestly
Cole?
don't.
Off-season's not better than
I
any?
might give him with Forest Hill Drive. I might give him number 5.
Come on.
And the
bro.
other four are Kendricks. That's how I feel. But if you ask me how I really feel
That Mr.
in my
Wow.
soul,
I'll take off season over mid steppers.
Can-
I can't cap.
the mid
Facts.
steppers, bro. Like,
Facts.
come on, my nigga.
No.
Like,
As a
the
listening
mid-
experience,
Facts.
Not
What are we
even.
doing here, bro?
all right. But let's go on to another topic
Right.
within this topic.
Yeah.
Right? The Black Friday freestyle where
Fire.
they swap beats.
They got a
fire.
Who got that?
J. Cole.
J. Cole
I'm
was
fucking
spitting.
with
J.
you.
Cole was
I'm
spitting.
fucking with you.
He was spitting
Yo,
on
the
that.
way Kendrick Black on Cole's Tale of Two Cities beat,
Mhm.
that's Kendrick's beat now.
You doing a lot, bro.
That's
From
crazy.
from
You
here on
doing a
forward.
lot.
This is
bro.
this is
That's
sin.
Kendrick's beat.
This is sin.
Yo, Mase, what's up, bro? You over here in the cut? Can we hear from somebody else?
Yo, and Cole had the nerve to rhyme over all right. We don't even remember that shit. We don't remember that. That's
Okay.
Kendrick's magnum opus song.
Yeah, right. We not comparing scrubs here, you know. It ain't
Right.
like we
Right.
comparing motherfucking Jordan to Craig Elo. You know what I'm saying?
Be honest here.
We comparing superstars.
It's Kenny or
I
nothing.
understand.
They got
understand
rings.
that. I understand that, but there's literally nothing Cole does better than Kendrick. I'm telling you.
There's no. This is not
Showing
an
up.
all-time list conversation, right? I just want to establish
up
that
is
this
crazy.
is not some type of greatest of all-time list, right? We're
Yeah, it's not.
discussing
Who's better.
where they rank in
Albums.
2024, right?
Mhm.
That's what we're discussing, and it's clearly J. Cole, bro. Like J. Cole is the only rapper on that mainstream level.
Right.
We're not talking about the over underground that constantly gets praises for the quality of his raps. Drake gets praised because of the hits, right? Because of the chart placements,
Money.
because of the clout.
Yeah.
Kendrick, you know what I mean? He pop out and diss niggas and start getting attention. You know what I'm saying? Like that, we love when that happens.
OVO,
Very
Mase has
controversial
an agenda
nigga. You know
tonight.
what I mean?
Top rope,
You know what I
bro.
mean? A West Coast 50 Cent, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
all
gonna
of a
be
sudden-
honest here.
All of a sudden, hold on. All of a sudden, you're on Cole's side because he apologized to Drake.
Hey, no, listen.
Is that what's
y'all,
going on?
Y'all heard what I had to say Monday. We not on
sidled
J.
up back-
Cole's.
He sidled back up next to
You
Drake.
know what I mean? I
Yo.
felt like I flamed him enough
That's
yesterday, saying that you know I
crazy.
can ease up
Chill
on a
out
nigga
for a
right
little
now.
bit,
You know what I mean? I flamed him enough. You know? I'm just saying we talking about rap, right? We talking about punchlines. We talking about entendres. We talking
Yeah.
about flows.
Yeah.
We talking about multis.
Yeah.
Right now, on the mainstream level, just like I said, Cole is the top right now.
Why he
Nobody's
ducked-
doing
why he
it better
ducked the
than
smoke?
him right now.
Why he ducked the smoke if he's so much better than Kendrick?
Man,
'Cause he don't- maybe
it's
he
in
don't
the
feel
same
that
way that KD ain't got no
That's a
heart,
problem.
but he's better skill for
that
skill
is
than
the problem.
You
LeBron.
saying that Cole is the KD of
Cole
rap?
is KD, you know what I mean? He's in the crib on his burners, you know what I mean? In the TDE comments, like
So hold
you know,
on.
I would have won.
I throw the grenade into this conversation right now.
What's what?
Because you saying that. You made a comment. You said that Cole is known for his verses, his standout features. Drake is known for the hits. Kenny is basically, from what you say, what I'm getting is Kenny's known for the controversy. I also throw in a caveat that he's also known for his high art.
For
Yeah,
sure.
of
album
course.
making.
For
Kendrick, wait, you said Kendrick's known for controversy?
I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is
Some
he
of his
not?
most
That's what-
legendary moments are
Yeah.
controversial. Is it? Are they not?
Take the
But that-
take the battle.
just saying.
That's his claim to you?
I mean, they
Out of
they
everything-
all
That's why I threw
artists.
All
in,
right, man.
that's
All
why
right, man.
that's why
Thank
I
you.
threw in
Thank you.
high art
Maybe-
albums.
maybe-
They all
maybe
are
in 2024.
artists, but if we take you know, an assessment of where they all at, they all about 15 years in their career.
Right.
If Kendrick has 5 high moments in his career, 2 of them are due to beef, right?
Two of them would do the beat.
2 of them, right? Control verse was like,
Control's
the control
epic.
verse. Okay.
you know,
And the
I'm
Drake
just saying.
battle.
So here's a grenade. Can we name the Kendrick Lamar verse that just had niggas like, yo, this nigga, without saying control? What is the Kendrick Lamar verse that has niggas like, oh shit,
Several.
this
Nostalgia.
nigga is different?
Nostalgia.
Because there's a lot of Cole verses where niggas feel like he's different.
Rigor Mortis.
Okay.
Which verse?
Nostalgia.
You pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit with
Dini, do I have to do what you do to niggas and ask you to recite that?
you can,
Yeah, you might have to.
Don't do that.
Black of the Berry.
the shit
Nah,
illuminate
second verse on Black of the Berry. stupid.
illuminate
Black
with
of the
with
Berry.
Absol. I don't know if y'all
The whole heart
all-
part 5
the
on
whole-
Black.
all the hearts.
I mean, he got joints, bro.
Come on,
Like,
man.
he got plenty of great songs. It's not a, you know, but the last 5 years or so, it really, like, J. Cole really has been showing up. You know what I'm saying?
So D need a balance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Got
sir.
it.
But since you're here
Mhm.
in 2024, as of this recording, who's better, Kenny or Cole?
To me, I'll probably say J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Today. Because of all the shit he's done in the last 5 years. Like, I didn't really believe in that kid for a long time, bro. He brought me around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why him pulling off the sucker shit he did in the battle kind of like made me lose a lot of respect for him. Like, you earned the respect,
You hear
bro.
that nuance, y'all? He can be a sucker and still
You know
be
what I'm
good
saying?
at rap.
Like, he's
Before y'all
exceptional
get to
at
type
the
in.
art of rapping. Like, there's a lot of people that are exceptional at, but it just, in order to be the GOAT, there are steps, there are levels you have to take. You have to, like, go through the other people that are in GOAT status. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no GOAT that didn't go through a GOAT. Fucking, you know what I'm
that's a
saying?
Bar.
Like, everyone has had to fight their fight. Like, you take Jay, Nas, you take fucking Larry, fucking Bird, Johnson. There's always been a rivalry that basically culminates the whole GOAT shit. And if you duck the very rivalry that creates that, then you didn't create that, my nigga. I don't think that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
So just for the sake of clarity,
Yeah.
You're saying that he's disqualified from the GOAT talk?
You have to be. You can't tell a nigga like, I'm the best doing this. Nobody's fucking with me. There's only 2 people in the world who at this level right now that could fuck with you. It's Drake and it's fucking Kendrick Lamar. You're on tour with Drake. So really now the only person that you could be speaking to in all these raps, you're not talking to fucking Lil Durk. Come on, you know what I'm saying? You're talking to the big dogs. You're talking to Kendrick Lamar. He answers, I got you. He answers the door, and all of a sudden, no disrespect, you a Jehovah's Witness now. You want to give hymns. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't respect that in terms of rapping. As a man, I dig it. As a man, as an individual, as a nigga that wakes up in the morning, opens his eyes, and lives the day of life, I respect it. But in terms of rapping, in terms of being the best rapper, you kind of kicked yourself out of that window, bro. You did.
Damn.
But didn't you just give it to J. Cole?
As a rapper, as rapping.
Right, so I'm not
rapping.
But the GOAT talk.
The GOAT talk is done.
Because you kind of confused me at the end too.
Right, because Diddy picked Cole and then flamed him for like 5 minutes.
No. Let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. In terms of rapping, there's not much J. Cole can't do right now. You know what I'm saying? The bars are there. The wit is there. The charisma's there. On the features. I'm not saying songs. Just in terms of short, quick bursts of showing up, he's been pretty unstoppable. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Am I saying albums? No.
So why can't I'm trying to think, why can't he turn that into like dynamic song?
That's a question for J. Cole.
But you still think he's better than Kendrick?
At rapping today.
Putting bars together.
Yeah, at rapping. Like if a J. Cole verse comes out, I'm interested in hearing it.
Because like I see what Sinner's doing. Like he's thinking about the artistry aspect of it.
No, I'm just saying. I thought the conversation was who's better.
Like I said, like outside of like the few verses songs during the Drake battle, outside of that, it's pretty much it wouldn't be nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going off of 5, 6 songs.
Gave us Euphoria. He gave us.
I'm talking about today. 5, 6 songs. You know what I'm saying? Today, as a dude that gave us a lot of shit in the patches and everything was fire. We can't front.
Hear me out.
As far as the features,
you mentioned Meet the Grams, and those are great disses, Euphoria, etc. But just far as individual performance, you know what I mean? Port Antonio was very impressive, son. Like again, I killed his hypocrisy and the shit that his actions. But if we just talking about like going out there, put the beat on, bars, flow, charisma, etc. That was the best performance of this whole beef.
It was fire.
I did a lot of times.
It's just too late.
But nobody's coming on the court and performing like this kid Cole.
Again, I gave him his flowers. I gave him his props.
You did
more so than you did.
Shot a little bell too. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I mean? I gave him his props for Port Antonio. Mm-hmm. It was a stellar performance.
Yes, but
I think he's limited. I think that there's a cap on what he could do lyrically and musically.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But and the things that he can't do, Kendrick can do in spades.
You think Kendrick could do what Cole does as a rapper?
He's done it.
Not at Cole level.
Straight rapid fire away like this.
You capping now. You capping for the pod.
I think it's interesting
Wait,
hear me out. Hear me out. Hold on. Don't get upset.
It's like the whole hard series. The whole hard series like shits on everything Cole has done.
Come on, see, then you make these grandstand remarks.
It's the truth, bro. The Heart series, anything in the Heart series is better than.
No, but you said that as we talking about the technical act of rapping.
Yeah,
Kendrick can do anything Cole can do. Have we seen Kenny do what Cole can do as a rapper? Where?
What are you talking about? His discography. Go back and search through his discography. Black of the Berry.
What are we talking about? Just spitting, bro. Like he.
So he ain't spit on nostalgia.
Kenny don't rhyme like Cole, bro.
Why does he? Hold on. Okay. Remember that time we had the conversation?
He don't rhyme like
some
Cole.
Niggas could show up to the cipher and just rap and be nice, and some niggas are more like stylistic
That's what I'm talking about.
But won't
Cole's
translate into the cipher
way better than Kenny, bro.
I think so too.
Nah.
Today.
Nah. Because I think Kendrick always understands the assignment of where he's at and what he's supposed to do. If Kendrick shows up to a cipher, he is burying everybody at that cipher because that's the assignment.
You think Kenny got better metaphors and punches than Cole, bro?
to fuck up a cipher
in
See,
2024.
this is what we talk
Is it
about.
not? Is it not
Hold on,
part of rap?
that's
Yes,
just rapping.
But here's the thing. This is where this conversation always ends up. It always hold on. It always ends up at punchlines and metaphors, as if that is the only thing that constitutes bars.
But he
and
said in
rhyming.
a cipher. In a cipher, those are the things that's
Pure rapping, son. Pure rapping.
And
Look, I'm thinking about all around rapping. I'm thinking about subject matter. I'm thinking about flows. I'm thinking about
Cole
pockets
don't
and
got
jingles.
Cole
subject
got
matter.
subject
Say what you want.
matter.
I cook Cole as much as
bro,
that. He got
but
all
when
that,
he
though,
does it,
right now.
it's not as rich and dynamic as when Kendrick.
What? Because Cole don't talk about politics. That's why it's not rich and dynamic. Because he ain't talking about politics.
He's limited. I'm telling you, Cole is limited.
This
in what
nigga
he
made
can
a
do,
rhyme
bro.
about getting pussy and made it artful, bro.
I mean, he do.
Oh, you fuck with that song now?
He has
you fuck with that song
I'm
now?
not saying I
All right.
fucked with it.
All right.
But he did it though.
All right.
do
Yo.
let's be honest here. Like
The Crooked Smile record.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
There's
What you talking
Even the
about?
shit he had when he talked about Kanye. That was like really.
That
False
was-
Prophets.
that was
Come
some
on.
deep shit.
Bro,
Sid.
He got joints.
Cole ain't got nothing that's touching Mama on To Pimp a Butterfly. He's got
Oh,
nothing that's
man, he
touching
brought out the
Feel on Damn.
TBPA tracks.
He's
Come on,
got
word,
nothing
like,
that
listen to the
he's
fucking
got
topic.
bro. He's got nothing that's touching Sing About Me on
Right.
Good Kid, Mad
Good
City.
record.
Right.
Like
record.
these are monumental records, bro.
That was 12 years ago.
I hear you.
Peer pressure. I love shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
What,
Right?
what we talking
You got
about?
joints,
Who's better?
I think we talking about. I mean, on an all-time list, I don't think there's any argument that Cole has over Kenny. Like just like you
All
said,
right.
the discog,
So-
the,
But
the,
we saying
the-
as of right
as
now.
of right now,
not
if they
all
both
time.
were rapping right
If they
now,
were sawing together right now, Cole clearing him, bro.
2024.
I'll put it on wax.
20
Cole clearing Kenny on
Yeah.
wax.
2024.
Amazing.
We're talking about
brother.
2024?
2024.
In 2024.
You know what I mean?
So, there's
He was
something
clearing.
I'm specifically talking about 2024.
J. Cole is gonna out rap Kendrick.
If they did a song together.
Did we not see what Kendrick just did this year?
What'd he do?
He had a nice
Made some diss
battle
records.
run. Nice battle
You got
run.
amnesia?
He made this.
Nice
He made some
battle
great
run.
diss records.
Great diss records.
Nice
He's not
battle
taking
run.
none. We're not even. That's not even part of the argument.
Yeah, I hate degenerate gamblers too.
Y'all double talking. I don't
How,
understand, man.
bro?
You know what I'm saying?
So you being
Yo,
wild biased and
no,
saying that we
I'm-
double
listen,
talking.
Biased.
Yo.
We just witnessed what happened in 2024.
He beat up Drake.
There's no big three. It's just big me.
Yeah, he said that. Great bar.
Fucking
Great bar.
push
Dope.
Kendrick off of
But
the
it wasn't-
charts completely.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Push Drake off the charts completely.
Right.
Cole ducked
Right.
and ran in his house.
Absolutely. Cowardly, hypocrisy.
And as big as that moment
But
was
fraudulent.
that
All
amazing
of the
verse
above.
to you though?
But Cole.
As
What?
big as that moment was that like an amazing verse to you?
What verse?
Like that.
Yes.
It was good. It was,
Nah, it was.
Amazing?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
I thought it was
seeing
really
Euphoria.
good.
It was really good. Euphoria was
It's not even
shit
the best
that-
song in
Here's
the
what
whole
I'll say.
battle.
I don't think Cole can make him meet the grams. I don't think he could get in that sinister bag. I don't think Cole could do
Here's
that.
the thing.
Y'all gonna have me like
I just
Maul,
said Cole
like,
can't
no,
do
no,
that.
No, I'm just saying
Here's
y'all
the
gonna
thing.
have
The-
me
I
like
think he
like
can.
Maul, like Maul gets
I
about
don't think he
Drake.
good like that.
No.
I think he's right though,
He
because
can.
the type of imagination it takes to make up a whole daughter is incredible.
Oh shit.
He can, but I just think he can't do it against
Shout out to
Kendrick.
Kenny, man.
That's
He
crazy.
just can't do it against Kendrick. Whether the love is there or the respect is there or whatever it is that's there, he can. But don't get it fucked up. Like a little side nigga think he could do that to Cole. Cole probably will like flip out. You know what I'm saying? But the whatever he has with Kendrick, that brotherly love or whatever he has, that Kendrick don't have for him. You know what I'm saying? But whatever that is, it's stopping him from doing that.
All right, so let's create the scenario
Yeah.
before we move on. We
get
done
it.
argued. The chat's probably going crazy.
You know it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know it.
Let's create the imaginary scenario. Woo, let's go back. Fall 2023, right? Scary Hours 3, right? Evil Ways. Put the three of them on. No, the two of them. Fuck this Drake. Drake can't rhyme with these niggas. So
Drake did rhyme with him.
Nah, Cole. The Mortis and the Evil Ways is not close. And I was trying to give Drake that at first, but it's really not. It's not close. So you put Kenny and Cole on that beat. You're telling me, Sin, Kenny's walking away with the better verse.
Yes.
Who got the better verse on Evil Ways in that imaginary scenario?
Cole.
Mase.
Cole.
I think it's Cole too, bro. I think it's Cole too, bro.
Pure rapping, bro. No
On that beat,
no
little
sediment,
sample,
no vibes. just
BPM not too
rapping.
crazy. I think
You got
Cole's
it.
gonna clear him, bro. Kendrick gonna make the better album whenever it drops, but But rapping again, Porter Antonio was really fire. He just can't battle a nigga. He both things can be true. He can run from Kenny and still out rap him.
Jarvis is making up the scenario.
That's what
Didn't
I'm saying.
They ask Kendrick to get on first person shooter, and Kendrick was like, "No, we got stuff."
Because he said, "Fuck yeah."
But see, I think in that particular beat, because I kind of treat picking evil ways.
Yeah.
But if you put Kenny on first person shooter, it's not close.
Kenny's
getting him the fuck out of there.
That's his type of beat.
Kenny is getting him the fuck out of there on first person shooter.
I picked Kendrick. I see what you was doing.
That's his type of beat.
But I got to stand on my square. I said Kendrick, but I was like, I had to think about it for a second. On the Evil Ways beat, nah, Cole might have an advantage on that beat.
On that beat,
he might have an advantage.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a buck. But I have to stand on my square.
That was a hell of a conversation right there. I mean, if you haven't by now, hit the like button, run the subscribes up. You know what I mean? We need 350 likes on every video. 350. Stop what you're doing right now. Hit the like. If you haven't by now, hit the subscribe option. We are at, by the time this recording drops, it'll probably be somewhere about 18.6K. But if you're not there by now, hit that like button and get us to 18.6. The goal is to get to 20,000 subs before the fall is done. Help us do that. RoundtableMerch.com. Hit us off there if you want to buy some merch. T-shirts and hoodies are on the way. So we had a designer hit us up on the side like, yo, I got some ideas.
Fire.
So got some things coming along the way.
Fire.
The Rap Roundtable on Cash App if you're feeling generous. Hit us up over there as well. Lock in with us. But again, 350 likes keeps us in the algorithm. You guys have been doing a hell of a job hitting that like button as well. Even the videos that you don't like so much, you're hitting the like button.
It, yeah.
And that's key. You know what I mean? We appreciate that. And again, if you're an artist looking for beats, Sincere makes beats. The beat you hear in the background is produced by him. Artists have already copped up. If you want to be part of that illustrious collection of artists with sounds by Sin,
Yes.
tap in. Speaking of, Sincere and productions and things of that nature, we got to talk about who we like to call here at the Rap Roundtable the prodigal son. That being Kanye West. News comes out. Walter's happy because that's his favorite rapper. News comes out that Kanye West is dropping an album called Bully. I think we loosely touched on it. I don't know if it was in studio or live. But then more information comes out that this album is fully Kanye West. I'm not sure if there's going to be any features, but it's fully produced. Essentially, everything is done by him and him alone. Based on, we saw the clip. We heard a little sample. We thought that was fire. Ye working solo, no outside noise. It's just Kanye, and it's a concept album. With that new information, Sin,
Yes.
how excited are you to hear this potential album called Bully?
I'm gonna still have to wait till it drops.
Jury's out still?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Jury's still out, man. Just because, I mean, the recent track record for Kanye has not been stellar at all. Not just musically, not just production wise, but his rapping has been down the tubes, man. Like his delivery, his voice. I don't know if he fired all of his ghostwriters. I don't know what the fuck happened, but his rapping has been atrocious. So even if the beats are fire, I don't know if I want to hear Kanye rapping in 2024, to be honest.
Even if he's by himself without the outside noise?
I mean, without the outside noise, that's fine. But like, how is that going to benefit his writing ability and his rhyming ability? Like, I don't know. I like the fact, I like the fact that he's holed up by himself. Maybe with his ASR 10, we saw him chopping up the sample on the ASR 10. Take it back to the ASR 10 days. I'm super geeked about that. Production wise, you know what I mean? But again, it's about, where's his mind at? Where's his skill level at? Like, is he gonna be able to, rap at the same level he was on Dark Fantasy or, Graduation in them days? Even the Pablo days, you know what I mean? Where he went toe to toe with Kendrick on that album. You know what I mean? And he didn't. Some people prefer the Kanye verse. I don't know about that, but
don't ask Sin nothing about Kendrick.
He stood toe to toe with him. You know what I mean? So, but in 2024, it's a different story. I'll believe it when I see it, and second, I'll have to see it and hear it before I can judge it. I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
Before I go to Dini really quickly. Is this part of you kind of like protecting yourself so that you don't get too excited? Are we there with Kanye?
I think I was there with Kanye like a few years ago already.
Okay.
Like at this point, he's gonna have to show improve for me to even pay half the attention I used to.
All right, you need to balance. Your thoughts on Ye doing this solo project, fully solo? Has your excitement level increased, decreased? Where are you at as of right now?
I'm still where I'm at. I still was I was at, man. I'm excited. Obviously we heard the Preacher Man joint. That was the joint on the ASR 10. Sounded beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
That perked me up. And it was something he did at a live show where he played a little snippet of something, and that sounded pretty good too. So at the way I'm feeling right now, like, first of all, a Kanye West album by himself, it's kind of still like a Kanye West album because he's basically just telling every other nigga what to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. And just filling in the blanks of what he wants. So I guess now he'll be filling in his own blanks. So like I'm here for it, bro. Like,
I think there's a pause in this.
There is. I was thinking about it. I was like, if nobody say nothing, if nobody say nothing, I'm gonna
filling in
keep
his
going.
own blanks is crazy.
Insane.
It's just out of line.
Yeah,
but
man.
yeah, I think he's. This is.
Wow.
This is the quietest he's been as far as like in the media. Like he's not really out bugging out, doing nothing crazy right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right
so
now.
maybe he's right now. Maybe he's, getting the voices out of here, getting all the extra background noise away, and getting the focus on what he needs to do. Obviously, the clothing shit ain't what it was supposed to be. So now his full attention, supposedly to get a divorce too, allegedly.
Damn.
So now
he divorcing them titties?
That's the word. I seen the headline.
They said she stepped out wearing a regular shirt, and he was like, "Nope,
can't have it. We're done."
You were displaying.
Show them Aries,
You
baby.
were displaying.
Show them Aries.
Perfectly cylindrical, not impacted by gravity whatsoever. Breast. And she did it for a minute, though. I commend her. Because most women, like, they would kill you for even suggesting some shit like that.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
But I think he seems to be in a clearer mental space. And I'm going off.
You really believe that?
I do. Like usually every other month there's a new headline, right? When's the last headline?
Good heart, Dean.
Honestly,
I tell you that often.
Yo, you gotta sometimes you gotta go from what the past has shown you. And the past has shown us he's really like showed up when it's time to show up. Granted, he's not been. Cause you said I'm not expecting Dark 25. I mean, come on, bro. That's a lot to ask for to have a nigga rapping at 14 years old.
You can't ask Jordan to hit the fadeaway.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
That's why I said at least Pablo level.
We say that it's arguably the greatest hip hop album. You know what I'm saying? As far as like
I'm saying,
Sonic,
listen, we do that for everybody. We do it for Nas. We do it for Ho. We do it for you know what I mean.
Yeah, but we didn't ask Nas to be rapping like Illmatic. My nigga,
that nigga with the 11 million burner accounts is gonna accuse you of moving a goalpost.
Yo, I didn't ask for Nas to give me "It Was Written" on Magic 2, bro. I didn't ask for that. I don't expect that. You get what I'm saying? I feel like he's not even that mental capacity anymore. He's not rapping like a gun anymore. He's in a different world. And I think Kanye, for whatever reason, whatever he's going through in life, I'm sure it's a different world than it was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, last year. You know what I'm saying? Every day's a new day to do fucking better. And I just feel like he's in that mental space. I heard 2 joints. That's more than I heard from a lot of people who I give that type of credit. I heard 2 joints and both sound really good and one sounds exceptional. I really want to know who's going to be on. Well, since nobody's going to be on it, it's going to be Kanye rapping.
Well, see, I'm not ruling out the features, but if you tell me it's fully produced by Ye, he's in control of all aspects of the project. We'll see.
I'm here.
Masito, talk to me, bro.
My anticipation level for this, do we have a 4th Future album this year that we can drop? Like, you know what I mean? Is there a third 100 Gifts?
Bro.
You know what I mean? Where's the 5 more Kenny has in stock? I don't give a fuck about it, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Don't give a fuck about it.
Listen, man. I've been very consistent about only a few things because I'm quite the flip-flopper. Pause. But I've been super consistent about not believing anything Kanye has to say, not believing in any album he has to put out. I could care less about this. What about Kanye's mental state? What about things about Kanye in 2024 makes you think that him being in full control of anything is a good idea? You know what I mean? His wife walks around in the nude, barefoot, dirty feet and all, bro. I just seen an interview that said Kanye may or may not allegedly be on Diddy timing, bro. Yes, I just seen it, bro.
Wait, tell me, Diddy timing is a loaded statement at this point. When you say Diddy, like, do you mean baby oil? Do you mean deep allegations?
I mean, my wife would like to meet you type timing. That's what I heard. You know what I mean? Because you're right, y'all. But so nothing about the way Kanye handles business, the terrible last albums, the fact that he decided to make Ty Dolla $ign his new Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about the way he does anything makes me feel like him having the final say. He don't even make any more beautiful Yeezys like Jarvis wearing anymore, bro. This dude is useless at this point in 2024. Is there a Candace Owens interview I could listen to? Those are entertaining. You know, I know Piers Morgan got some legal troubles these days. I don't know if he got another Kanye interview coming up. Hell no, man.
Nah, he ducked the legalities.
He did?
They gave him ultimatum.
They gave him the rope?
Yeah.
I mean, remember, like I was telling y'all, like he can't directly get sued. They could tell him to pull it,
right?
But he just can't outright get sued right away because his waivers and shit like
Listen,
that.
Man, he made that, you know, that statement online. That was enough for me. You know what I mean? I run with headlines.
That British accent was
You
heavy.
feel
That
me? Yeah, you know what I mean? So
I'm sorry.
How do you say I was wilding in British? That's what he said. You know what I mean?
Control.
Pardon me.
Listen, bro, like hell no, man. Like I personally don't suffer from Stockholm syndrome like a lot of people. So I'm completely fine.
So you know,
I'll go run Graduation again. Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm good, bro. Like
wow.
Hell no. What?
I mean, he's talking to me too because I'm excited.
You
Fuck
believe,
that.
Joe?
I believe. Damn it.
Do you believe?
I believe.
You believe.
Because again, when the last time Ye cooked up something that sounded like what we heard in that clip?
Preacher Man,
it ain't.
bro.
And the thing is, in the sample was breathing. The shit was rich, and it just got me to thinking, like, you know, Griselda and all of the underground scene and the overground niggas, they've been chasing this sound right here.
Ever, bro.
And Kanye just has a special kind of like seasoning in his cupboard, and like he doing the same thing that these niggas do, but it just don't sound the same, bro.
Easy work.
And I was like, when the last time Ye made a beat that sounded like that? I don't even think Pusha got any of those.
Nah.
In a whole run, maybe early Pusha run, but like late Pusha run, he ain't getting none of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
there was one joint on Jesus King that reminded me of
right?
of
Okay,
that. And that album was trash.
Yeah, so if you telling me,
we won't have to throw up the hands. Like,
if you telling me he's cutting out the noise, he's making this album as a concept album, and he's calling it Bully, and he's getting divorced from his wife, which is more noise. Granted, the whole dynamic with that gives me cause to pause, to quote Stephen A. Smith, because it's like you had this woman. Granted, we as men, red-blooded males, we probably weren't looking at her feet unless you're in the feet, but you had this young lady walking the streets of everywhere. Not no particular city, the streets of everywhere with no shoes on, gang. That's fucking crazy.
Different.
Like what kind of fungus is this? You know what I mean? Like what's a podiatrist bill look like? You know what I'm saying?
Hobbit feet.
Them shits is like fucking. Them shits is like sandpaper now.
he could only get one of them folks over there.
Facts. If she kicks you in the chest, like your shirt rips from the hardness on the bottom of her feet, so she got to walk around barefoot and shit.
Calcium buildup.
You know what I mean? Fuck. Man. But it's like if you telling me that he's cutting out the noise and maybe I'm falling for the okie doke. I'm willing to admit that.
Same.
Because you putting out this particular beat and it's the shit that we like. It's like imagine having an addiction and you ain't get a hit in a while, and then your dealer come back and he got some new shit. And it's the shit that it hit like 10 years ago. Nah, I need some more. That's where I'm at right now.
Like, the last time niggas felt like that, just hearing the beat probably was speechless, bro. When I heard the beat, it was like, this is gonna be crazy.
Right.
Not speechless?
Yes.
So it's like, when I hear this, I'm like, if you cooking up this, if you telling me, if it's a 15-track project and 8 of them sound something like that or in that vein, I'm satisfied. Now, Sin does make a valid point. Kanye's rapping, I think we talked about it before. Last episode, we called him Black Harlow because it was the dad joke bars. So it's like, if you telling me you giving us this level of production with dad joke bars, and you're making something by yourself, so there's nobody in the room who can tell Ye's dad joke bars anyway. So in that regard, all right. But if you're telling me maybe, all right, I'm not a fan of Consequence. But if you get Consequence or you get homie Sci-Hi in that room to cook up a little bit and he's rhyming over these beats, nice niggas know what to do with them type of beats.
Yeah.
I got a lot of faith that I'm going to like Bully. I'm buying. In fact, I'm buying the stock.
All right.
15 tracks.
The stock might tank.
Don't say I didn't.
But I'm buying it.
Don't
Me
say I
like
didn't tell you.
12.
That
11,
Poop
12.
Say I didn't tell
beat
you,
was
Sid.
tough too, man. You
Come
feel me?
home,
We
Sid.
gotta-
Like 10,
Yeah,
11
that
joints.
shit
We're gonna
was
revisit.
good.
We're gonna spin this conversation back. We're gonna revisit it in the
So as of right now, Jarvis excited for the project. Sin has some trepidation. Deanie's excited for the project, and Masito does not give a fuck.
I got other things.
That's where we are right
IDC.
now. The 6-man Walt in the cut off camera is very much. He's the most excited for this project.
Walt the Great.
Wall with
Remember,
two fists
Walt
up.
thinks Kanye's better than Nas, guys.
Right. So that's the scoreboard
Not that
right
again.
now. You know what I mean?
The Kanye hoodie held up.
And May said that, and he just created a whole new burner. He said, "Well, I can't believe this.
Show your face.
How can the rap roundtable let
yourself.
somebody say that on their platform?" Anyway, moving
You
on.
have a responsibility.
You don't care. Rage. Single-handedly funding Gmail stock.
Yo, nigga be conversing with himself on Twitter too.
Shit,
You can't tell me all the niggas ain't him, bro.
That wasn't like with you, bro. I know that.
Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah.
Next topic, man. So, shout out to the homie 183rd. He delivered one of the
Facts.
best interviews
Definitely.
we've had on this platform. But in the midst of that interview, he said, in his opinion, caveat, Ludacris had the best verse on the Made You Look remix. Now, let's be clear.
This is Bronx guy. This
Yes.
Yeah,
Much like the Mase and Jay-Z beef that nobody knew about for years and became Twitter fodder, this also has become a conversation on the socials. Did Luda, in fact, have the best verse on that song? Of course, there's people in Atlanta who are going to say yes. But then as you see 183rd in New York, there's people everywhere who believe Luda dominated that record, a song with Kiss and Nas, two New York heavyweight legends. So I feel like we might have talked about it in passing, but we've never made it an official topic until right now, episode 108 of the Rap Roundtable. Make sure you hit that like button, please. So who, in fact, had the best verse on the Made You Look remix? Sid Rap Snob. Is Luda, is it him? Are the narratives true?
The narratives, I mean, again, the last time that we spoke about this, I said this, and I'm going to say it again. For those of you that are here, that are new, that narrative did not exist back in 2002. I'm sorry. It just didn't. Nobody said that. Nobody ever said that. I feel like I never heard that till maybe like a couple years ago. Maybe like around pandemic time. I don't know. Like people, was losing their mind during pandemic time and wanted to like make up new fucking narratives and be like, yo, Luda really had the best verse.
Well, everyone was home, bro.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
like they needed some controversial to say to, create some excitement in their life. And one of the narratives that was made up was that Luda had the best verse on Made You Look remix. If you say Jada Kiss, fine, I'm not gonna argue with you. I think to this day it was Nas. I think a lot of people overlook his verse. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it most certainly was not Luda. It just wasn't. Nobody ever said that back in the day. I don't know where that narrative came from all of a sudden, but it's not true. Luda did not have the best verse.
Hard no for Sincere
Absolutely.
Rap Snob. Masito, I'll come to you with this one before I pass it to Dean.
That's just revisionist history.
Nah, Luda didn't have the best verse. He had the second best verse on there. Jadakiss had the best verse, and Nas had the worst.
There you go. There's
Yeah, man.
you're who I'm talking about.
Yo, what is going on?
Luda went
here?
crazy on there, but this is
fuck
one of
are you talking
Jadakiss's
about?
signature verses in the middle of his prime.
What the
Walt, before
fuck?
the show, he mentioned the top 5 Dead or Alive line. That's
What's
in
that?
hip hop lore to this day, alongside
What's that,
Ether and
brother?
Stan and shit you just say when you talking about rap. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Like when you talking about a remix, 316s, I understand Nas was rapping on there, but Nas's verse was like, that would have been good if Nas had all 3 verses. He was playing like catch up on the beat. Like when I hear like 3 rappers spitting, I want punches, I want memorable lines, I want, you know what I mean? Shit like that. And Luda, he delivered on there. I remember in real time, people not necessarily being surprised at him rapping well, because I was kind of a kid when it dropped. So, kids like Luda, you know what I mean? We fucked with it. But like alongside Nas and Jada at maybe the peak of their powers, that meant a lot. You know what I mean? I ain't quite willing to say he was better than, Jada, a versus king on there, I wouldn't go there to Ashton Vanquish, the color dandruff, you know what I'm saying? That's white, But nah, bro, Luda, he did his thing.
Thanks for that explanation.
He did his thing.
That's white.
So I'm gonna have to go strong try Luda, but you got the silver medal on here. Jada for the gold.
You got the points.
You got Kiss with the third worst verse on that?
No. Luda got the
Luda
most.
got. Oh, okay. You need a balance. Let's talk about it.
I concur with Sin. I mean, the way Jada came in the verse, I need it from the top. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he started the verse off with the energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the way you walk into a verse is the way people feel about it going forward. You know what I'm saying? Little parts actual outside the verse are really resonant with the song. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the people, and I hate to go back with the lyric, all the people that say that ludicrous shit, none of these niggas know the verse. You get what I'm saying? Not a soul. And it is something that started not too long ago, because it wasn't a soul discussing this in 2002 about how this nigga. I mean, don't get me wrong. Luda had a good verse. But and sometimes I think when you're able to like hold your own in a situation where a lot of people don't think you will be able to hold your own, you may sometimes walk away with the one that actually had the victory. You get what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't even supposed to be on that. Yeah. Like that kind of shit. But no. Shout out to Luda. Great verse.
Yeah.
But definitely number 3 on that.
And just to be clear, like this is no disrespect to Luda, because Luda is
fire.
One of the
great albums,
dopest, spitters of all time. But against Nas and Jada, I'm sorry. There's no shame in coming up third against Nas and Jada.
I think Ludacris would tell you like, yo, it's Nas and Jada. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a couple of things. I think I think in real time, if I could go back in time, we always knew. I think the New York niggas, and this is where I'm gonna take some credit for us as a city. We always saw that Luda was one of them ones. I think when Luda came out early on, I think we identified him as nice before the Southern niggas really understood how
Luda's
dope
New York love was crazy.
as a barsmith Luda is. The second thing is, I think part of the reason why that narrative, because I'm not with y'all, like there was conversations back in 2000 and whatever, that's 02, that Luda might have had that. But I think it came from a place of people were actually even more so surprised that he even rose to their level, because they knew he was good, but he was very much a random piece in a heavy New York aesthetic song on a remix.
Yeah.
Like one of these things don't look like the other kind of situation, and that would be Ludacris on that particular record. So from that performance, from that perspective, I could see why people was like, "Oh, Luda, oh wow," because he got on there and he was wilding.
This thing,
right? Like he had a pause. The microphone performance was great.
Yeah,
the delivery, the voice, the flow, some of his punches, and he brought the animation that he was known for at that time. He delivered, I would say, as a remix, instead of like parsing it as who had the best verse, how come we don't talk about Major Look as one of the greatest remixes ever?
I think people do say that.
People don't give it the credit.
I've never heard that.
People do give it that.
It needs to be, it's top 10 for me.
I mean, it's
I don't know if people really give it.
I've never heard
it's a cultural record, bro. Like,
nah, but when I hear conversations about best remixes, it's always like flavor in your ear. You know what I mean? Benjamins.
Yeah.
Records like that.
Think about it. 3 nice niggas all delivered fire verses. They didn't even need to switch the beat, and they wowed the fuck out, and they delivered. Dare I say, not career making, but career making for Luda. But Kiss super certified on that performance. Esco in the midst of a victory lap delivered yet again. That was a great moment.
Classic hip hop moment, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
But all that aside, to say he had the best verse, nah, I think he surprised some people and he cooked. My God, Rose Street's pulling in the building.
What's going on?
But like to say he had the best verse, you know what I mean? Nah, bro. Like I think Kiss had the best verse. That's where I'm at with that.
Yes,
shout out to 183rd, but Jada Kiss had the best verse in the Major Look remix. And I'm not even picking that decisively, because on a Tuesday I could be like, Nas got the best verse. But like I just felt like Kiss got on there. This is like peak Jada Kiss too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like to even put Kiss in that conversation. I mean, to put Luda in that conversation, we got a Kiss verse that sound like that and a Nas verse that sound like that. I don't even understand the science behind putting Luda in that conversation. The best?
Wildin'.
3 great verses.
Yeah. 3 great verses.
Somebody had to come in there.
I hate to do it because I don't want to be the down the south guy, but it's just a fact.
We don't got to down the south.
But that's how niggas are. That's how niggas gonna take it.
It don't matter what we say. They gonna say we biased anyway.
Like that's why we giving Luda his props. Luda's like Luda's one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? It's not to take away from Luda. That's what I just want to get that point out. Because niggas will be like, "Hey, you hate Luda," you know. So
we leave it to the chat. Chat again. You know, we're gonna we'll put a poll up for that. Let them vote. Who had the best verse?
That's dope.
On the Major Look remix. I got Kiss or Nas, depending on the day.
Kiss.
Sin has Nas. Deanie has Nas. Mace has Kiss.
I got Jada with Luda second.
Copy.
Kiss Nas second.
Next topic before we get into something else. Well, like the last topical, but it's gonna be quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's songs that are really good, right? But then you hear a rapper get on there, he'll do a freestyle, or he'll do his own version of that particular song. Last time 183rd we asked him, what is a song in his car that no one would think went platinum in his car, basically. So now to the rap roundtable and everybody in the chat, you can answer this question. What is a song that's popping, but another rapper came and he either did a fire freestyle or he flipped the song and made it his own? So to say the rap style, I ask you first. What is your response to that?
I got 5.
Jesus Christ. We just need
No. You don't understand me. It's 5 songs that was made into one freestyle.
Okay.
Deep Cover.
Oh, okay.
G Thing. Black Superman by Above the Law. Murder Was the Case, Snoop, and Gin and Juice Snoop. Biggie Smalls. Notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace took all 5 of those beats, all 5 of those West Coast beats, and delivered one of the illest. It's called a freestyle, one of the illest freestyles. But like the way he freestyled it, it was a song. It was a whole story. It was crazy. The way he flipped all 5 of those beats and delivered something so monumental as Road to Riches. To this day, I listen to that and I'm like, yo, this man was something different. He was a different type of monster, man. You know what I mean? And to me, I'm gonna keep it a buck. People gonna be mad at me. I'll listen to Road to Riches before I listen to all the others. To me,
biased New Yorkers is here to rap.
Listen,
all right.
Do real things.
Yeah. All right.
Incredible.
Deanie, what's your pick?
Like, it isn't as controversial as Sins, but when you mentioned it to me earlier, the first thing that popped into my head was the Rockefeller freestyle at Hot 97.
Which one? It was a few.
When they went over the CNN out for them pesos, when the Foxy Brown CNN song, which is a fire song by itself. But listening to like them dudes get off on that record, to me, like I remember that more than I remember the actual song from Foxy and CNN. You know what I'm saying? They really got off on that. The whole rock.
All right. That's a good pick. Mesito.
There's 2 artists. I got 2 albums. Or 2 mixtapes, I should say. There's 2 artists. 2 are primarily my favorite artists of all time who kind of made a living out of this. 50 Cent and Lil Wayne.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, when for 50, in the G Unit, honestly, No Mercy, No Fear mixtape, and if we want to be specific, the Victory freestyle with 50 and Banks. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, up until I was grown, we used to listen to the Banks one more, bro. Like, Uglier Than Masterpiece sneakers, bro. Yeah. And, like, that's one of Biggie's best verses ever. But, like, if you was outside when that Banks verse hit, bro, like, that shit was like, bro, I can't imagine. That shit was like win awards for us niggas, bro. Like, you feel me? With Wayne, you know, Wayne made a living out of it, too. Wayne was the type of artist that could completely make you forget that the other artists even had the song. Sky's the Limit comes to mind, a Mike Jones song that I'm sure nobody has heard. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that to Mike Jones.
Jones.
This specific Mike Jones song, I bet your paycheck you wouldn't know this one, y'all.
I'm not defending him because I like him, but you know.
Niggas know back then it'd really be dry after that, though. Let's keep it.
I was always a Paul Wall fan. I'm not gonna
salute
this
Mike Jones.
Specific one, it was like the wackest Mike Jones song ever, which is saying something. But you know, he did it with Shorty Low. I discovered through Wayne freestyles. Titty Boy before, you know, we discovered that through Wayne on the East Coast. You know what I mean? A lot of us. I'm not gonna say everybody. Wayne was like that where he would just take your song and like we would completely forget. So if I have to say specifically, I say Victory, 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks, Sky's the Limit by Lil Wayne.
All right. Mine is very simple. It's Young Jeezy, Stay Strapped. I loved ASAP, but you know, I'm a closet. Jeezy's probably in my top 10. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like Jeezy's like, I don't know, if it's not T.I., Jeezy's like my favorite Southern rapper of all time. And during the time, the issues with Gucci Mane and things of that nature. And I loved T.I. I think Urban Legend is becoming like super disrespected as time goes along. I think Urban Legend is better than trap music. I'm willing to die on that hill. I'm prepared to die on that hill. Urban Legend is better than trap music. But Jeezy on that particular record, I felt like that was his record after he did that. So every now and again when I have my little moments in the car, ASAP, Stay Strapped, probably like play it back 3-4 more times and then I move on with my life. So yeah, that's the one for me that's like, all right, bet I'm gonna get a South some love. Shout out to Jeezy with that one. But Masito, last time you would say you didn't have your segment.
Big facts.
What are we doing tonight? Are we doing young rap or are we doing industry talk?
Oh, we doing some industry talk today, man. We gotta just keep everyone updated. You know what I mean? We give them a little young rap, Rod Wave drop today. We got the Glorilla album. I'm waiting to hear from Jov about that. One of the earliest people.
Why me?
Because you're one of the early. I'm giving you props.
I didn't buy stock.
You don't have stock?
I showed love.
Hey,
I'm not listening to Glorilla's
If this shit is hard, Jov, don't spin back and say that Glorilla was hard.
Should I listen to the album?
Glow got some joints.
I thought you fuck with Glow.
This what I'm saying. You have the reputation of fucking with Glow.
I fuck with Glow. But like spinning the album?
Come on.
What else you got to listen to, bro?
All right, I'll listen.
That's the part of fucking about.
How long was the album?
I mean, they make 2-minute songs nowadays,
you right?
y'all.
I listen to
that shit probably like 17 minutes.
12 shot of clocks, right? Give me like 12 shot of clocks.
I mean, Glow. I'm not trying to front on Glow, but it's just like
15 tracks, 42 minutes.
All right,
42. That's not bad.
I like 42 minutes.
That's right. And some of them songs is probably a minute and 30 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No skits?
Glorilla drop, carry on, Mase. I swear I'm going to listen to the album.
We got to hear from Jaw. We going to come back. We going to hear about the Glorilla album from Jaw. So shouts to the young rappers dropping. But we going to speak a little music industry talk, right? We got to keep everyone abreast of what's going on. You know what I mean? In this music
Why'd you say it like that?
The controversy. It gets the people going, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mase from the embassy. You know
what I'm saying?
You feel me? But let's talk about what type of shady, I don't even want to say shady, what type of business dealings that Atlantic has going on right now, right? Some things I discovered. I mean, these are like behind the scenes. I like to follow the money, Jaw, so I like to see what's going on. I saw a recent announcement that Atlantic Music Group is consolidating a lot of their, we have the recent firings, the recent resignations. So I seen that Atlantic Music Group is consolidating a lot of, the business dealings that they have going on. So we have to remember, Atlantic Music Group is not Atlantic Records. Atlantic Music Group is the head, right? So you have the Atlantic Records under there. You have all type of record labels under there. But what I recently read in research is that they're consolidating their A&R department, their legal department, their promotion, as well as numerous other things. The digital advertising between 300, between Elektra, and between Atlantic Records.
Elektra still exists?
Elektra, exactly, Job. They all exist under Atlantic Music Group. So this.
Hold on. 2 weeks ago, there was an announcement that Kevin Lyles was leaving 300. Is this tied into that?
Listen, 300 has a lot going on, Job. I do think it has. There's something that ties in together. 300. When you go to the 300 website, they have artists that no longer on the label. They got Meg Thee Stallion up there. She's been going for like a year and a half. They got all type of artists. I don't even know if anyone is running things at 300 right now, but that's where I'm getting at, y'all, because they're consolidating a lot of everything that's going on with the artist all into one, right? So now you have situations where if you look at the Elektra roster, there are no rappers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There are no rappers. You go to 300, just like I say, there's all type of, misinformation up there. Like, I have to go up there. Let's go to the artist roster. Then I got to go to the artist IG and see if they're really signed there. That's the type of stuff that 300 has going on. Atlantic, we know. They got the little Uzis. They got the A-Boogies. They got Cardi B whenever she decides to drop again. So it seems like Atlantic is the main hub. Atlantic Records is the main hub for rappers right now. But when I say I read that, and it made me have a reason for pause. When we think about, because this isn't like a situation where it was like Def Jam back in the day. Def Jam, the parent company. You have the Murder Incs. You have the Rockefellers. You have a bunch of different, what they would call in the industry boutique labels. But they all had their own A&Rs. They all had their own business that they ran through. They all were independently run. So I find it very interesting that AMG is attempting to completely consolidate all of the business dealings, all of the lawyers, all of the things that artists use to kind of split themselves from this giant record label that got 300 artists, 400 artists. You're trying to stick out, and everybody's using the same thing. I mean, that goes into, almost the conflict of interest when you go to a record label and they say, use our lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is your lawyer gonna make sure I get the best deal? Yeah. So, Job, I'm just saying, like, I've been looking at this, and right now, what I'm trying to figure out, stay tuned for this, is just like you say, where Kevin Lyles is going, where Greenwald is going, where Leor is going, because I'm trying to follow the money, and I'm trying to say everybody's leaving. They're all basically conceding this complete business to Lucian Grange, because I mentioned that Atlantic Music Group. We have to remember Lucian Grange is running that as well. You know what I mean? We got Universal running all of their stuff. They fighting with TikTok right now. We'll get into that another time. But Job, I want to, I like to speak, and I like to say artists got to watch what's going on right now. You know what I mean? Right now, there's not a lot of places that you can go and really get your just due as an artist. More than ever, I'm thinking that the independent route is to go, because imagine going to, Atlantic Records. You're a young artist. You got a few streams. You got a hot IG following. You might have a viral song. And you know what I mean? You go to Atlantic Records, and they got you with Bruno Mars lawyers. They got you with Bruno Mars A&Rs. How are you really going to separate yourself? How are you really going to be a person that can make...
Are you suggesting that Atlantic is just not viable anymore? Like for rappers?
I think it's viable for who they want it to be viable for. Gone are the days of the quote-unquote American dream of record labels, right? You go, you a hot artist, you got good music, you sign and you make way. I think everyone, more than ever, because this has been the case for a long time, but I think that you need that Lucian plug, you need that Elliott plug, you need something beyond just being a good artist. I wouldn't tell, my little bro, yeah, that's a good move, go sign with Atlantic.
Because the last time we talked about it, you mentioned Rock Nation becoming strictly distribution.
Charles, it's like, this guy's good, man.
No, I'm just trying to put it together.
Nah, you right. That's why I say this guy is good, because that's where I was going to next. In this type of situation, what Rock Nation has going on with the distribution deals, with being able to just go up to Rock Nation, submit your music, and try to make way, that way is becoming more viable than ever. Because if you didn't know, Job, Universal Music Group had their own version of that, Level Music. You know what I'm saying? To compete with TuneCore, if anybody is familiar with how TuneCore works. And they completely disbanded it. They completely got rid of it. You know what I mean? So, good question, Job. Maybe other people, other entities will pop out. We know Larry Jackson got his shit going on. You know what I mean? Maybe other entities will pop out and try to make that an option. But right now, look like Rock Nation might be the only way.
Stay tuned. That's a lot of information. I wasn't prepared for that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I had to, Job. I have nothing last time.
That was a lot more information that I was planning on tonight. Mase, hold this for me, Sam.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? Because I lost the aux cord. Again, we trying a new setup.
We
building the plane while we fly again.
Trying, man.
But we get into my favorites. This is a quick one tonight, Usually I get a lot of them because we get yelled at, we get cursed out in the comment sections, and it's like, I gotta get these. But, no one cursed us out the last 2 weeks, and I'm a little, I'm almost disappointed.
Thank y'all.
What are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
Same shit niggas agree with, apparently.
The right thing.
But we got a couple. All right, we got Tok Marley, that's his name, 2065. This is in response to me kind of losing my mind about what Cole did and didn't do, right? So he says, I think Jarvis missing the point. There's nothing wrong with the algorithms. Cole's point was using the algorithm to spread negativity and the beef, not algorithms in general. Of course, people use algorithms to make money. It's the message that he's speaking to. I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm just going to say, like, what point did I make that made you type this? I said that he's talking about people feeding the algorithms to make money while he's simultaneously doing the same thing, because we all need the fucking algorithm.
You feel me?
You can't judge the algorithm while using the algorithm. Hypocrite. That's the point. That's all I was saying. Maybe I was too loud, but that was the point I was trying to make. Ted Hill, a regular supporter of the show, says, I really say I never want to listen to a rapper ever again, but J. Cole has reached the new level of corny, Meat Rod and Drake. Dude is played out. He's cooked. I go to the embassy and I ask Mase, What do you think about what Ted Hill has to say?
I can't be mad at Ted Hill's opinion. It's interesting that was Ted Hill saying that he would have listened to him if he like flamed Drake. You know what I mean? That seems a little too fan heavy.
To meet right.
I mean, Ted Hill. That scene. I don't know. I don't know what Ted Hill wants out of him. You know, pause. You know, but you know, I'm all here for the cold slander in general, bro.
All right.
I'll co-sign it.
Greg Patterson is upset with me. He said Jaw felt like Cole dissed him with the talk about the internet guys. He asked for him to explain, then he got mad when he did that. Sin is right. Cole is trying to be everything to everybody, and that's the issue. Now, before I pass it to Sin, I'm going to say, I spent however many years doing this podcast telling y'all how I feel about everything. Mm-hmm. If I was mad about Cole, like low-key subbing the podcast, I would have said that. You know what I mean? I don't care. Once you decide to get in front of a microphone, whether you rap, podcast, you're an athlete, people are going to say things about you. I don't mind if Cole feel like niggas is using the algorithm for bread. We're all using the algorithm to increase our Q rating. I'm not mad or anything like that. But Sin, he agrees with you about Cole trying to be the everyman. Yeah. You know, do you like that? You know, because you know.
I'm right. So.
All right.
Can't beat it.
You know, I don't even know why I asked this guy. Kiki G says, and this is a positive comment. She says, the conversation on the pod was so balanced and reasonable, only for the comment section to look like this. I highlighted this comment because that's the story of the show. We can have a whole conversation, have 4 different points of view, agree or disagree, and they'll still miss the point of the conversation and curses out in the comment section.
Salute to Kiki.
So shout out to Kiki for seeing what's going on.
They get the vibes.
Last but not least, we got the homie 2-3's Free Kingdom. He says, I was thinking this is a top 3 interview on here 2 minutes before Joff said it. This and Rome's manager, shout out to Coach in the Cut, were the best ones. You know, he's talking about the one in the third interview. Yeah. Free shout out to you, much love. But
2-3s, what up?
Before we wrap this up, we are back in the LES.
Yeah.
Shit.
No longer in Harlem. You know, I took over the lawn for a second, but Sincere is back. There's a vagrant somewhere about, and he needs them too.
Get off my lawn.
Get off Sincere's lawn.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to kick this person off my lawn again. Apparently, the first time they didn't get the message.
Okay.
They're back on my lawn.
Uh-oh.
But it's not just him that I have to kick off my lawn. It's certain entities as well, right? There's both sides of this argument that has transpired recently. They both have to get off my lawn because like both of them got it fucked up. The first person that has to get off my lawn, Tommy Richmond.
Why? What did he do?
I heard.
Wait, he said something?
Came out and said he's not a hip hop artist.
Isn't that what we want?
But look, here's my thing.
Where'd you get your G from, though?
Right.
I'm gonna shut up.
I was conflicted on this when he said that, but there was just something about the way he said it. I mean, he did it on Twitter, but there was just something about how he delivered it. Like there was no nuance to it. It was just like almost like
it was a blanket statement.
It was a blanket statement. Like I'm not a hip hop artist, and it's almost like he was distancing
I know Black
himself.
Poppy.
I know Black.
You know what I mean? It was almost like he was distancing himself from the hip hop community.
Part 2.
And didn't I call it the first time I fucking kicked him off my lawn? It was because he was getting entirely too much support from people that look like us.
Culture, yeah.
You know what I mean? And from radio stations.
But
and
why
I was
did
like,
they
and
say he was hip hop in the first place?
The song is funky.
And I saw it coming. I seen it like a 20-inch zenith from a mile away, bro.
Shout out to
I
Ray.
knew this shit was coming, was gonna happen. And so now he sends out this tweet like, yo, I'm not a hip hop artist. And it's like, all right, on the one hand, sure, if you want to be categorized as the artist that you are, just say what you are, not what you're not. You know what I mean? Because if you're saying what you're not, it's like you're strong arming it. You know what I mean? It's like you're stiff arming it, and you like
You what?
stiff arming it.
Oh, okay.
Heisman.
Yeah.
Safe here.
Okay.
It was questionable.
What's question? All right.
I was teetering.
All right.
Proceed.
All right.
No, you're good.
Proceed.
All right. Yeah, he was Heisman in it.
Copy.
All right. That's better?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you know.
But anyway, I don't like the fact that he felt like he had to distance himself from hip hop in that way. You know what I mean? It felt a little disrespectful.
Facts.
But then on the flip side, he's not wrong He's not a hip hop artist. And I think what got shit confused was that a lot of hip hop radio stations were supporting him and supporting his music. So that's the problem that I have. That's why I have to kick him off my lawn, because it's like you took the support, right? But now you're
supposed to say, "Don't play my song."
I'm just saying you accepted the support, but now you're distancing yourself from the culture.
Okay,
I don't like that.
Respect.
You know what I mean? But also the hip hop radio stations, they should have seen it from the jump. You know what I mean? We've seen this movie play out so many times. And it's like they always fall for the okie doke. And they see some new white artists with a little bit of swag, a little bit of funk, you know what I mean? And they run with it, you know what I mean? Because people are gonna, listen to this to the music and tune in. All right. But now on the flip side, y'all shouldn't have been supporting this guy. You know what I mean? Let other radio stations play this. You know what I mean? So both sides of this got to get off my lawn. Tommy Richmond got to get off my lawn once again. And then the radio stations that were supporting him, look at y'all now. Now this motherfucker is like, I know black.
We know
I know black.
Program directors, we're looking at you.
So,
yo, listen,
y'all got to get off my lawn too.
I'm not, I'm gonna hit the drop again, but I'm not mad at that. I'd rather him do it now than drop 4 albums, do a bunch of songs with rappers, go to all the rap events, smoke all the weed with the rappers, and then wake up one day and start doing country music. At least he got in front of it early.
You right, but I do see what Sin is saying though. Like
he could have been White Iverson.
Like it's one thing to say, hey, what do you? And he
Kid
says,
Rock.
I'm a neo soul artist. I don't do hip hop though. Like once you do that,
I think he did. I think he nitpicking. I think we being miserable hip hop fans right now.
Nah, man.
Because again, we saw Post Malone cook for years before he decided he was a country artist, bro. This guy said, "I'm not that." Maybe he got mad because niggas was clowning his live performance. I don't know, because it's kind of random to say that you're not hip hop out of nowhere, like maybe 6 months after the song went crazy. But I'd rather him do it now than build a fan base, create a whole look. Because remember old Post? It wasn't like he was just a white dude. The nigga was hip hop.
Braids, gold fronts, yeah.
He leaned into it and then switched up the whole motif. So I'm not mad at that. I think you hate this.
Nah, I'm just I'm just saying like say it from an affirmative standpoint. You know what I mean? Say what you are.
How is he supposed to say? He typed it. I'm not hip hop.
Nah, I'm just.
Hey guys, love the support. Not a rapper.
Still play my shit though.
What I'm saying is say what you are, not what you're not. That's all I'm saying.
Hey guys, I'm a pop star, not a rapper. Like I don't understand. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm a soul artist. I'm an R&B artist. I'm a pop artist. Whatever it is.
Just don't know hip hop. Don't give us no hip hop.
That's
so you felt like he was denouncing hip hop. Not supposed
like
to
distancing himself from the culture.
All right. Tommy Richmond.
I respect this.
Get off my
It's not
lawn.
like he pulled, Janet Jackson titty out or nothing.
Right. And then creased the threes at the Super Bowl on top of that when he came back to the bowl. But this is episode 108 of the Rap Roundtable. Don't go anywhere. We got Rome Streetz pulling in real soon.
Thanks.
So lock in with that.
Stay tuned.
You know what I mean? But again, 108, this was another fun episode. It's good to get the four of us together. It's been a lot of life going on. It's been a lot of different lineup combinations the last 2-3 months. Y'all been dealing with it, and we appreciate y'all. But when the four of us get together, it's always a good time. They need to balance. Take us home, bro.
Yo, shout out to the day ones, to the year fives. You already know what it is. Roundtable merch. Get you some gear. Hit the like button. Show support. It's free, y'all. It's free. Shout out to Mase giving y'all the news, keeping y'all plugged in. Shout out to fucking Sincere, the rap snob, keeping the motherfucking beats effervescent. He makes beats, holla at him. He'll make your shit tighter for the right price.
Producer.
Shout out to Jav, the point guard, keeping everything flowing smooth, effervescent. You already know what it is. I'm Dean, the balance of the force. Your mother's favorite, nigga. Holla at us. It's the Rap Roundtable. We out of here. Shout out to Walter Gate. Roll it up.
6 million.
Yes, sir. As promised, Rome Streetz pulling back into the Rap Roundtable. Friend of the show. We changing up the aesthetic, the look of the pod. So we got to have a very special guest to officially bless the room, if you will.
Yo.
Rome Streetz, welcome back to the Rap Roundtable, man.
What's the deal, man? Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for pulling up. At each checkpoint of this podcast, we always say we've had Rome Streetz at every checkpoint, every level up. He's been here as part of the lore of the pod. You know what I mean? This guy, let me be clear, because we have people who watch the show and they like, who's this and who's that? This is the one guest that I'm not gonna tell you. Oh, give him a chance. Get on Google, type in Rome Streetz, familiarize yourself before you ask us who this man is.
Do the knowledge.
Do the knowledge, nigga.
There we go.
Rome Streetz, welcome back, man.
Yes.
Let's get right into it. You know what I mean? Let me get the title of this project right. Hatton Garden Holdup is out now on all the DSPs, produced by Derringer. The first question that I have for you before we even get into the music, what's the science behind the title of this project, man?
Okay, so I was born in London.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh no, 21 Savage, he's not.
Yeah, come on, man.
They've been dragging that in our comment section. Just want you to know that, bro.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't control where you've been spit out at. And I have such a crazy story about that. Like, I would have been born in New York. But my mom and my dad came to New York, and my dad caught a case. He caught a drug case. Like, he got caught with some work, you know what I'm saying, trapping. And then he got sent back to London. You know what I mean? So it's like, my mom's just like, my mom and my dad came out here, and she was pregnant with me because my grandparents live out here. You know what I'm saying? They live in New York. So it's like, my mom and my dad came out. My dad caught a case and then went back to fucking London, and my mom went with him and then had me, and then she came back to New York. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, behind the title was like, I was born in London. I went back to London for a couple years when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people that I fuck with out there. I did a lot of music out there. And it's like, I fuck with the way that heist happened. So as far as this is like, it's just like a metaphor for we come in and take whatever is ours. Even if it's not ours, we taking everything, but we gonna do it in such a fly way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the niggas got caught, one person got away, but it was still fly. So it's just like, it's kind of just me paying homage to like my London roots also. It's like,
I mean, and you can't please people because you tell motherfuckers where you from and they judge you. You don't tell them where you from and they judge you. Newsflash, if you love rap, it's a lot of niggas who's not born in America who are some of your favorite artists,
I'm from a lot of places.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a type person, like, I lived in a lot of different places, so, I have allegiance to a lot of places. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not one of them people that, be like, I'm 35 and I lived in the same neighborhood for 35 years. Like, I'm not one of them people. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in my 30s and I've lived in like 4 different places in an equal amount of my life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all these different places kind of made me who I am. So I can't just give it to one place. If I say one place, like, I'm from New York because I lived here damn near my whole life. But, like, I can't not say, I was born in London, I lived there too, because I got a lot of game, a lot of insight from there. Even in New York, I lived in Long Island, in Elmont, I lived in Queens, Jamaica, and I lived in Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? All these places make up the person who I am today. You understand what I'm saying? So I give homage to all that shit. Because there's a lot of rappers who be like, yo, I'm from here. When it's like, yo, bro, this nigga was from over there.
Right.
It's like, you understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'll let you know the whole shit. I put all my cards on the table. That's why my name is Rome Streetz.
There you go.
It's like, I really roam the streets out of this motherfucker. Yeah, and I didn't even name myself Rome Streetz.
Nah?
One of my homeboys gave me the name. So it's like,
even better.
For him.
It's real shit,
Yeah.
Shout out my nigga Noteworthy, man.
All right.
Also, my nigga.
You and Derringer, man. Yeah, that connection feels like it's been a long time coming. You know what I mean? Like, it's at least for a full project. You know what I mean? We got Tyson Beckford on Kiss the Ring. You know what I mean? Been waiting for that, real connection to happen for a full project. Tell us about how that came together.
Yeah, bro. Derringer's the bro. Just being a fan of like Griselda before I was down with him and shit. Like, a Derringer beat was like, I'll rap over some Derringer shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? For real. So it's like, when I actually did start fucking with Griselda, you know what I'm saying? Like, I only really had one Derringer beat on the joint because when I was cooking up Kiss the Ring, Derringer wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? Right. It was just Conductor, Monk, and Danny LaFleur in the studio for them days, and I was just going nuts.
One question before you continue. Maybe I'm reaching here, but do you feel like Kiss the Ring kind of helped make Conductor more of a household name? Because I feel like since Kiss the Ring, Conductor has kind of been even more out of here, bro. And there was some doubt about the choice to go to Conductor, but now it seems like you need a Conductor beat.
I'm saying Conductor's that guy, bro. Like, I would say, I'm not gonna, take all the credit, you know what I'm saying? But I would say, in just society today, like, my album was the shit, like, I was the first motherfucker that spammed Conductor.
Right.
It was you know what I mean? Like, he damn near produced about 70% of Kiss the Ring. Yeah. And it's like, that Conductor, we have a problem. It was spammed on my album. You heard that on Wes's album before, obviously, but it's like, it was just a continuous thing. So, me and Conductor, just in that whole time period, me and Conductor kind of had a chemistry. And, when it comes to beats, I like unorthodox, weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I heard Conductor shit and when, we started fucking with each other and just the way he was doing shit, like, he was the only one spamming my inbox with beats and was like, whoa. You know what I mean? So it's like, Conductor's the bro, man,
As an MC, do you take that as a challenge when you hear some unorthodox shit?
Yeah, because you have to have an unorthodox approach. You get what I'm saying? Like, when I hear a weird beat, I can't just do some regular shit to it because I feel like it's gonna be a disservice. Like, if the beat is weird, I gotta be weird too.
There you go. But back to the Derringer connection. You had to pivot real quick because I had that question in the talk. But yeah, locking in with Derringer to make this project.
So look, all right, so we did Tyson Beckford. The reason, the real reason how me and Derringer really locked in is because Derringer live in Queens. You know what I'm saying? I live in Brooklyn. So it was like, and the thing is, at that time, Derringer was living in a place that's like on the border of Queens and Brooklyn. And it's like close to where I live at. So it's like, he was like, yo, just pull up one day. You know what I mean? Like we did Tyson Beckford in his crib. You know what I'm saying? And then we went to, the first song we did for the tape was Weight of the World. We called Mega. We did that shit at in Brooklyn. So it was like, damn, and then Derringer got a studio in Brooklyn. So it was like, that shit is up the block from my crib. So it was like, when I ain't doing shit, we just cooking up songs. You know what I'm saying? We just cooking up songs.
So let me ask you this.
That's how it came about.
Real question, just because you mentioned Mega, did you guys work on that song together, like in the studio? Or?
I had the song done before, and then I met Cormega. Like, I just did the song. Like, I ended up just recording one verse and a hook, and then I just had the record, and it was like, I ended up meeting Mega, like, later on. Matter of fact, I think the first, shit be happening sometimes, and a lot of shit happens. Yeah. So I can't remember if the first time I met Mega, Derringer was there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the first time I ever met Mega was was at this party in LES for Awake. I think Derringer was there, bro. And then I had the song. I'm like, you know what? I got some shit.
Was it a situation where Derringer made the connection, or you, or
nah,
or you
I think we were just all like, we were just all in the mix with the same people. You know what I mean? Or like, Mega was probably just around the same people that I fuck with, and then I came, and then, being around them was like, oh, me, Mega was like, oh, shit, we just hit it off from there.
He's legend.
Because when I listened to the project, I'm like, this is the most of the features I would expect. But hearing Mega was like, how did this come together? You know what I mean?
You know what's so crazy is that just like in my travels, people always be like, yo, Rome, you know how people always gonna say a rapper sound like somebody like, Rome, you remind me of Mega. You remind me of Cormega. You remind me, and I never used to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never heard it. Like, just in my own, But, people always say it, and, Mega's a legend, so I never used to be like, what you mean? Like, that's a compliment.
Yeah, of course.
So it was like, when I met Mega, I would be like, like, people always say, I remind them of you. He was like, yo, people tell me that shit too all the time. It's like, yo, check out our own Streetz. And it's like, yo, we got to do shit.
So kind of like a full circle.
Yeah, it just came full circle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm the type of person, it's like, I try to give the people what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see a lot of people in the comments like, yo, Rome, and this person need to do something, I try my best to make it happen. Like, if I end up meeting a person, like, yo, let's get it going. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact. So with the sound of this project, having Derringer be the basically the audio vehicle behind it, but you deliver the bars. Was it a situation where you guys were listening to the space because you said, you kind of give people what they want, and as the Griselda brand has grown, there's a segment of the fans that's like, yo, we want more Derringer. So was this project more like a gift to those fans who feel like they need to hear the Derringer alongside elite lyricism again?
I would say in the beginning, it just came about, me just being able to lock in with Derringer, and it's like, you know what? Let's do some shit. But then as time progressed and me actually seeing what people are saying, it's like, yo, you know what? They need this.
Right.
Like, they want this. They asking for it. You know what I'm saying? And because it's like, everybody else in Griselda make music. I don't really know what everybody else is doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I might know what Wes is doing because, I might be around, or he be like, yo, Rome, I want you on this or that. But, like, I may not be as close to, like, Conway and Benny as I am with Wes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know if Benny's making a whole Derringer album. I don't know if Conway's making a whole Derringer album. So it's just like, this is just some shit that I wanted to do, and it happened organically. But then, like, as time progressed, like I said, seeing the comments and shit, they're like, yo, damn, we want more Derringer beats. Or we need, where's Derringer at? Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Because we saw a lot of
Derringer
that.
wanted, he could be on more Griselda shit. It's like, yeah, they need this shit. And that's why I kind of was more like top secret about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we kind of named it Hatton Garden Heights, because it's like, they ain't know what the fuck was going on until the shit got robbed.
That's a fact.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a thing where it's like, we made you know that. It's like how me and Conductor got some shit from a long time ago. It's like nobody knew the Derringer shit was there. That's why it's like kind of like the hype.
Yeah, you did play close to the vest because you kept teasing.
Just kept it low, you know what I mean?
I got a nuclear bomb for you.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm gonna throw Easter eggs out there because, as a fan of shit, I like that. So it's like, now that I got fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do the shit that I like. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like you always cooking. So you always got like a bomb in the
right,
tuck.
right.
I mean, like every time we see him, he's like, yo, I'm about to drop a bomb. Because you always cooking, man.
I'm always cooking.
Yeah.
Honestly, if rap is your job and that's your craft, you're gonna overachieve. You're gonna have a fucking stash of work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the people who make fucking bullets, them niggas got a way more bullets in the warehouse than they may have in the actual store. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who make Jordans got a warehouse. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably a warehouse full of Jordans that ain't actually on the shelf. So it's like, as an artist, you know what I'm saying? You go and stockpile work because you like to do it. And the album is, 12 songs or 13 songs. There's 30 days in a fucking month. There's 365 days in a year. You might only drop one album in a year, but are those really all the songs you made in that year?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gonna just always have mad shit. Always gonna have mad
5-year
music.
break for Rome, word to Dean.
You know what it is too? Like,
but real, let me say this though. Even if an artist take a 5-year break, they probably got they probably made 1,000 songs in that time.
There's only a break publicly.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what it is too? I guess because in this current time, especially with the internet and how a lot of rappers operate, the cool thing is to act like you don't love to rap. Like, this is your, this is my hustle. I got a bag off of rhyming. So we hear you talk about the fact that, like, like, I cook. This is what I do. Listen, it's kind of refreshing,
These rappers be like, yo, I'm not a rapper. Listen, you gotta love this shit in order to be able to have made it a profession, because you have to do this shit at a fucking high rate to be able to sustain a career.
Okay.
So all these niggas that be like, oh, the rappers that get, I'm not a rapper. Yes, you are.
Yeah, you
nigga.
are.
Yeah.
The shit that make, I'm not a rapper, I'm a hustler. Okay, but you was hustling to fund your rap career. Because I could be one of them niggas like, I'm not a rapper, I'm a hustler. That's true, but at the end of the day, like, I was hustling to fund my rap career. I didn't. Nobody wants to fucking hustle forever or be in the street forever or do this shit forever, because you're risking yourself. When you're risking yourself, it doesn't always feel good. There's a lot of weird feelings and, you know what I mean, like mindsets that come with that shit.
And randomness.
And you want, like, you can't wait for the day when it's over. So it's like, yeah, I'm not a rapper. Yes, you are. Because that's just your fucking dream. But you do that shit every day.
But what do you say to those that? What do you say to those that like honestly say like I don't really love this shit. I just do it.
I'm saying, look, I understand how you can love it. I mean, not love it, because it's like when it becomes a job, it kind of takes away certain levels of the love.
That's the duality of an artist.
Because it's like before it was a job, like just the feeling of it when you wanted to do it, it was an organic feeling. It was just like a natural energy that made you want to create. You may not have that energy every day, every hour of the day. But if somebody paid you to do this shit and you got to get it done by a deadline, you might not have that energy or that organic energy that you may have when you want to create at this moment, but you got to do it.
Right. So I think like having like writer's block, it kind of gets more difficult when you got this.
And then also before it becomes a job, a lot of the other things aren't in play. You get what I'm saying? Like when you just wanted to create, if you did it today, you could put it out today. But now that it's a job and you have a deal, it's like you might want to put it out today. But the way things are going, if you want to maximize certain reaches, you might have to do an editorial pitch, or you might have to fucking have the PR do certain shit, and then they might be like, well, it can't come out on this day. And you might have had your heart set on it. It's like, fuck.
So let me ask you, how do you navigate that?
That love can disappear.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? How do I navigate that? I overstand the reasoning for certain shit. A lot of the times when you get upset with certain shit happening is because you put the emotion before the business. You understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta take your emotions out of it and attach your business mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because creation is an emotion. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you're creating something, it's attached to energy. Energy is attached to emotion. When you first started creating music, it wasn't about the deal. It wasn't about the fucking PR. It wasn't about the money. It was all about the energy, the emotion. So a lot of times artists put the emotion in front of the business. So sometimes you gotta really know that once you on the business side of your creations, you have to like leave room for the business to work the magic.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't just put all your emotions on it. Yo, I want it like this. I need it to be like this. But it's like sometimes when you need it to be like that, you can fuck up certain like attachments that need to be put to the project to maximize the reach. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta just realize like it's gonna work better when you like put it like it's a lot of shit with this album that I had to take my emotions out of. I had to put my eye, you know what I mean? Like I had to see the business side of it to make it like, you know what, you're right.
Was it a matter of timing or like songs or what in that?
Timing.
Okay.
Like before you even ask the question, I'm gonna be like, okay, you see how I just added the song with Wes? Mm-hmm. That was more of a realizing how the business side work and not be emotionally attached to the thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's like we had the song, right? Mm-hmm. And then this was before, like the album was done, and then we just decided, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, Wes want to get on it, so we gonna do the Wes song. But
Darren,
we did it like we did it after we kind of just like packaged the album, but it was before it came out. But the way certain shit work behind the scenes is like for maximum reach, you want to hand the album in and give it certain time so they can attach certain shit, so they can pitch certain shit. So it's like when you add something 2 days or 3 days before, they might have to take down certain shit to re-upload certain shit. You understand what I'm saying? So you might lose certain looks that you was gonna get on the day of.
Right.
So it's like, you know what? Instead of losing what we attached to it to get us the bigger look, let's hold it and put it out the next week where it's smooth so we don't lose looks. Emotionally, I was like, nah, bro, I want that shit to be right there, because the initial effect of having every song we want at the time is gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? Putting it a week later might be like, but it's like, you know what? I had to take my emotions out of it and realize, you know what? The right thing for business is like, you know what? Let's go this way.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So it's like,
what
you gotta grow to that, because a lot of emotions be attached to it before you start making business moves.
Once again, Darren just pulled into the building.
Yo.
Appreciate you joining the Rap Round Table. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get out the way because the producer of the table is here. I know he got questions. What it is, fam?
Yeah, man. Real quick, Derringer. Salute to you. You know what I mean? I was just telling the bros the other day, like, on one of our, YouTube lives, like, you're really like the signature sound of a whole movement. You know what I mean? And like, I just want to pause to give you flowers for that.
Oh man, that's love.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate
Because
that.
like, you think of like Wu-Tang, you think that's RZA. You know what I mean? He steered that shit. You think of Rockefeller, you think Just Blaze or Kanye. You think Griselda and that whole movement and Rome and everybody, that's you. Like, you really like the architect of that.
Nah, that's dope. That's love.
That
Even
sound.
just be
Is that something
conversation, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Is that something that came organically just by happenstance, or did you consciously set out like, yo, I'm gonna spearhead this movement with myself?
It was more just the way it all came together. Like, I always had the vision to buy records in hopes that I would be able to make those types of beats and be able to make that kind of shit just from buying that type of music, even though I was mainly a DJ. So the fact that I was buying those records before I had met Wes and everybody, and we were able to create that sound, I always just wanted to just have that shit just in case some shit popped off. Luckily, when I did meet Wes, he had the whole vision for it as well. So he's definitely the brains behind the whole movement. Definitely got to give him his flowers for that as well, because, he had the idea to kind of just slow the shit down a little bit, which meant us just like pitching the records down as well. So it kind of just created a whole sound and made shit slower. So, and then here we are, so.
What was that realization like for you as a producer when you realized like, oh shit, this is taking off?
Yeah, just like really once we kind of like figured it out what the scape needed to be. Yeah, it was ill, because it's like, okay, now we start listening to music way differently. I could go back to records I've been thought I, went through, and now we're listening to shit different and just slowing shit down. So it just like brought a whole new world to what we were going to potentially use. And then we just started looping certain records too. So it stopped being about trying to make a big beat for everything, which was ill.
Yeah. I was making a Derringer playlist just the other day.
Fire.
It's like 100 songs deep now.
Oh,
and like
shit.
That's like,
okay,
that's,
yeah, it's growing, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not even like, that's like the tip of the iceberg.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna be in the conversation with these greats
what's
too,
What's your secret to staying so prolific? You know what I mean? Just constantly working.
It's really just the passion for the music still, and just, wanting to buy records and just always find new music. You know what I mean? It's always inspiring to cook up when you end up hearing some crazy shit, and just being able to go hunt and find it when now we're in a digital phase where you don't really got to get up off your computer really to be able to make beats and, produce rap records or pretty any genre of music now, basically. Yeah. So, I've always just been avid to just be in the field still, and that's kind of how I came up, was buying records and going out and finding the shit yourself. So once we brought all the, digital things in, it just kind of made things a little bit easier. But just being out from the old school and just buying records is always a thing for me still. Luckily, I was like one of the last of the generation to learn that way. So just trying to keep that shit alive.
Yeah. I know. I've seen recently Alchemist speak to that as well. Like everybody's like going the digital route, but like there's only a select few that's really holding the torch for that. That classic. Old school, feeling the records. Like getting the dust on your hands and everything, digging in the dusty crates.
Yeah, and I do both too. So it just depends. I always find stuff on a digital platform, and then I'll maybe just go and buy the record later type shit if it's affordable. Yeah. If it's something that's just too crazy, then okay, I'm cool with digital. So we're in that digital world now. You gotta be cool with it at some point. So exactly. So
if you had a preference, you would prefer it to not be digital.
I've been making beats digitally and on analog on the digital end for years. So I'm not really too picky about it. But I prefer buying records and sampling from vinyl if I can though. So basically, all the records that we did on the Rome project were definitely off of records. I don't think there was anything digital from that. Yeah. I was back on the box too, so I was making most of that stuff on the MPC 2500. So that was like my old tool of choice when I first started to make the first few records with Wes and Conway. So going back to that,
there's a texture, like a grit to that.
Yeah. Once I started realizing what I was missing with that machine for so long, it was like, okay, when you actually get some drums going in it should start slapping a certain way. So it just time, a little time consuming. But
so we heard from Rome, like he told us about how this project came together.
Yeah.
But from your perspective, what was it like working directly with Rome Streetz on this project?
Come on, Rome is one of the illest, the way he's able to just craft, as soon as he hears something, it didn't take long at all for him to have, something ready to go. And, just working with a bunch of the bros too, like everybody was kind of on the page where they're able to write rhymes on the spot and record on the spot. So the fact that he was able to just do that naturally as well just made things, super easy to cook up,
Rome, did you have any input on like the samples that were used on this project? Was it like that deep of a collaboration, or was it like he got the beats, you got the bars?
I put it like this: for me, it's more so like, I put Derringer in the category with all the great producers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just let him do what he do. It's more of a challenge to me to just be able to like kill anything he throw at me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if how many songs is on there, 14, it's probably 22 songs. But so it's more so like, I'm a rap over anything.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's Derringer. Everything he make is crack. But it's like, once we feel like, okay, we got a batch, let's round it out, then we could be like, this one, you know what I mean? But like, he's a scientist. He's that guy. So every beat that he made for this album was hard. Yeah. So there was no whack beats. Even the songs we never heard, all them shit is hard. So it's more so just like, it's more of a challenge to me to just rip shit.
Can we get a deluxe edition, maybe?
Listen, man.
I was gonna ask guys. I know y'all cook more.
Of course, like I said, it's 14 songs, but it's probably like 25 joints.
Maybe a part 2 at some point.
Yeah, we made a lot of that stuff on the spot, or just like the day of. Like he would pull up, and I would have like something that I started that day, or even if it was just like some drums that I got started first. And by the time he was, we smoked a little bit and hung out for a little bit, I would just eventually find something with the records that I had in front of me, and we didn't really, think too much about it. Kind of just as soon as I got to a beat. He was basically writing already, so it made me not, overthink it too much.
So I love that aspect.
Let me say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. This was the first Rome Streetz album that's made like that, where everything is literally from super scratch. Like, Kiss the Ring, some of the shit was from scratch as far as like the beats was made right there, but some of them was just batches or beats that was sent to me, and then I cooked them up and then recorded them later on. Like even the mug shit, some of the shit was like right there on the spot, but a lot of the shit was just him sending me shit and I'm recording it. This is the first album that I made where it's like, I walked in the studio with no pre-written verses or ideas. There was no beat already. It was like, we here chilling. He literally just chose a record, made a beat, cooked up the beat, and then I just wrote the rhyme.
That's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? Like
ground up, y'all
everything is literally from the ground.
organic.
Even the last song, the West shit, that's literally he made the beat right there, and I wrote the rhyme right there. We got in the studio, Wes heard the beat and wrote the rhyme right. You know what I mean? It wasn't like there's nothing pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying? As far as, not saying pre-recorded, but I mean, even the features. Kanye went to the studio right there, May pulled up. You know what I mean? Fucking Schoolboy was right there, cooked the shit up right there. Fucking Mega pulled up. You know what I mean? Everything is literally ground up shit.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
it's tough to do
beautiful
this day.
Yeah.
Because like you know, I've told the fellas like so many times, like we need more of that, like motherfuckers being in the studio together, collaborating together, cooking up together. You know what I mean? Not always that. I mean, you know,
emails are good.
I know the convenience of email and digital and everything. You know what I mean? But like, I really miss, because you feel the energy. You hear
But
it.
look, let me say this though. As a writer, sometimes, like we was saying earlier, sometimes you don't always have that like divine energy right there.
Right.
Sometimes some of the hardest shit may have been written on the writer's own time instead of right there in the studio. So it's like, you understand what I'm saying? Like one thing isn't better than the other. Cause me personally, sometimes I feel like I write the best rhymes when I got all fucking day. Sometimes I might be in the studio for 2 hours and then gotta knock some shit out. But I might take 2 days to write a 16. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like one process isn't better than the other. And as a listener, you can't hear what is what. You're not going to be able to tell, like, listen, oh, you know what? He wrote this right there on the day. You can't tell. You understand what I'm saying? So that don't affect the music.
When you did the project with Ransom.
Ransom, we wasn't in the studio for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Everything was all email. With Rand.
Look, I'm going to say that I can tell, most of the times I can tell the difference, but with that project with Ransom, I couldn't tell. But like when y'all told me y'all was just emailing everything back and forth, you sent the verse and he sent a verse and you sent a second verse and he sent a second verse. That blew my mind. That was crazy.
Well, would you say, is there a preference now that you've done it this way as opposed to what you've done in the past? Would you prefer to continue to build it from the ground up in the future?
You know what it is? Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. This put more confidence in my like right there pen. Okay. Don't get twisted. I know I'm him, but I feel like I write better rhymes when I have all day to do it. Like this and Kiss the Ring let me know, like, it don't matter if you fucking wrote a rhyme while you in the stands watching the circus. Like it's gonna be heat. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so this kind of let me know, like, my stream of consciousness flow is still as on point as my like sit down all day and like concentrate shit. You know what I mean? Like the shit that I just write on some like, you know what, energy shit is the same level as the concentrate shit. You know what I mean?
I got a question here from Deanie. He's off the mic, but he sent it over here. He was like, there's a lot of dope collaborative albums that have dropped in 2024, including Hatton and Holdup. It's beautiful to see dope MCs and producers linking up for full-length projects. What do you guys think is behind that fully locking in together again? Darren G, you could answer that first.
So, what are you saying again?
He's saying like what is sparking this whole collaborative energy from artists, producers, artists coming together this year in 2024?
25. Yeah, no, it's dope. I feel like when you do that, you just, or if you could do it organically, and even when you send shit back and forth, it's like just to lock in with one producer. It's, you know, you definitely, I don't know, I just feel like it ends up being good for the record in a way, unless it's like something where people are not happy when someone could only do one thing as far as like a producer, you know? A lot of people might say that I'm a one-trick pony, I could only make one type of beat, but I feel like the type of beats that I make, when you put a whole project together, it still sounds cohesive. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to do too many crazy things around that to, you know, get to the finish point.
That makes sense.
And people that like what I do too, right? Yeah. But I prefer it, but then you hear some records where it's split production as well, and then you got a bunch of different styles, which makes it ill as well. So, I guess it's just preference, what you're trying to do,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Ron. What do you think is leading to this creative energy?
Me personally, I feel like if you really, go back and do the knowledge on rap, a lot of the classic albums was kind of made that way. You understand what I'm saying? Like the Gangstar, like you understand what I'm saying? Like that whole smorgasbord of different producer shit wasn't really the origins of rap in the beginning. It was more so just like two turntables and a mic. Like the guy, one guy making the beat, one guy rapping. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So and then also with the underground rap shit, sometimes it's like when you have a bunch of different producers on the project, you may not have the ability to have each and every producer go back in on the song after you fucking record it. And then even if you do, you may not have the ability to have all of them be able to make all these songs cohesive.
Right.
So it's I feel like it makes a better project when you do a one producer, he give you the beat, you record, and then he's able to touch everything after you've done it to be able to bring it all full circle. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like this album is different than Kiss the Ring because Kiss the Ring has a bunch of different producers on it, and then a lot of those songs weren't touched up by the producer after I recorded.
Got it.
It's I recorded the shit and then it got sent to mix and mastering. Whereas with this is I like a lot of my albums are one producer because early on in my career, I seen the difference with working with producers. I record some shit, I send it, and then when I get it back, it don't sound nothing like how I said. It's I like that shit. You know what I mean? So it's with this, it was kind of the same thing. It's I'm daring to make the beat. I recorded in the studio. I probably come back the next day and be like, oh shit, he added this and that. It's yo, I like that. And then when we do two songs, we start putting the sequence, you listen to it, it's you can hear the next song coming in from the song before. You understand what I'm saying? As a listener, I like that shit. So it's you really get that the most when you do projects with one producer.
So you would say what I'm hearing is the attention to detail is a little more focused when there's two people coming together.
Because that stands out. You understand what I'm saying? When you listen, when you hear the feedback from the fans, that's shit that they're mentioning. Okay. It's not just, oh yeah, I like the rhymes. It's yo, I like how it just flows. I like the transitions. I like this, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's a part of the listening experience when you're chilling with an album. So it's I feel when I create shit, I get that more with one producer.
Let's go back to Hatton Garden Holdup. I got a question. The beat selection, the pacing of the record, the skits. It kind of plays like a movie score. Was that the intention, or that as you guys were cooking up, it kind of came together that way?
I'm not using the answer to that.
Yeah, because I feel once we did the short film and we went to London, that kind of gave us a theme to do the dialogue in between, and to do some outro beats and just extra moments to add that sort of stuff to try to transition the songs a little bit different than I would normally be able to do. So yeah, it was dope when we're just talking about extra time, having the extra time to just glue it all together. But yeah, definitely the theme of the movie, I feel definitely helped us kind of be okay, we should just go with this London shit.
Mm-hmm. That's why I feel time adds to that. Because when we started this shit, we didn't have no fucking direction or theme. We just making music organically. You understand what I'm saying? As we started doing different things and just kicking it more, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be in the studio and not make shit. It's just, that builds the chemistry. True. That just builds the, you know what I mean? It just builds it. So it's time allows the project to morph. You understand what I'm saying? What it was in the beginning is not what it was right now. But the time allowed it. The movie, when we did the movie, it was the album probably wasn't even done in a sense. We thought it was done, but then the movie added more ideas. You understand what I'm saying? Like, once we did one skit, it probably just added more skits, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, with me, it's like, I like shit to be, like, organic. Like, I don't, like, you know, I probably want to evolve into this way of creating, but when I create shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, doing shit shows me what I should do. I don't really start off with a fucking layout.
Right.
I just like do shit based off of energy, and then I find out what I should be doing once I'm in the middle of it. Like, you know what? I see it going this way. So now that I see it going this way, let me try to steer it this way, and then, you know what I mean? Like, cause it's just a process. You know what I'm saying? It just basically it's a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? Cause I remember one time I had a conversation with one of my homies like a while ago. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say this rapper name, but he was like, "Yo, you doper than this rapper." And he been in the studio with this rapper. He's like, "Yo, you doper than this rapper." You know why? It's like, because that nigga be like, it's like he makes like a big ass graph, like a circle graph, and puts a bunch of shit in the circle graph before he starts rapping. It's like you just, and it's all energy. Yeah. And then that always stuck with me. It's like, you know what? I'ma just, and this when I was like nobody, nothing. And it was like, you know what? I'ma just keep that formula. Instead of me having a whole layout of what I'm gonna do before, like my whole shit is gonna be, I'ma just go in and go. So it's
artistic
like,
freedom,
that's
basically.
where it's at now. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to do that graph shit, because it might not literally graph the rapper. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do like the whole layout, you know what I mean? Shit, because it might take me somewhere else.
Yeah.
Fair.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm a motherfucker that is not afraid of growth. Like, the job is never finished with me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you might think I'm the best, but I probably think I might need 6 levels to get there in my head.
That's clutch.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm always trying to do better shit.
Speaking of going somewhere else, I want to pivot a little bit. Still talking about, you know, the album. The features. You know what I mean? You have Mayhem Loren, right? New York. Cormega the Legend, Queens, New York. Conway, Buffalo, but still New York. And then Schoolboy Q. You know what I mean? And like, I see that and I'm like, oh, Cali? You know what I mean? And so I remember seeing the interaction on Twitter, but for those that might not know how that ended up happening, take us into how you guys linked up and he came through the studio.
Schoolboy Q is like, you know, one of my favorite artists. You know what I mean? Like, cause he just like mad eclectic with his shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like with me, it's more about just the music. It's not really regional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like what I like. And you know, I just randomly did an interview, and the interview was just like, yo, who's somebody you want to work with? You know, I named a couple artists, but I named Schoolboy Q. And then he must have just seen that shit on Twitter. It was like, yo, send it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so crazy. That day, motherfuckers was like, yo, Rome, look at your Twitter. I was like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, I seen this shit like, oh, shit, all right. Like, and then, you know, at the time, like, I was working on the Derringer album. You know, I had to conduct the album too. Like, I have a bunch of shit that I'm always working on, but it was like, you know what? This will be hard. You understand what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. To put Q on a Derringer beat. I don't think that's happened yet.
Yeah. That's a move.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, like, I'll be on some fantasy football type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at shit like that. Like, let me put this with that, because
it
never
words,
happened
you know
before.
What I mean?
You understand what I'm saying? And then I'm going to give y'all some fly shit. That wasn't even the fucking song that I had for him. The song he was supposed to be on was the song that Conway is on.
That's interesting.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, he literally made, Derringer literally made, like, I'm like, yo, son. Because, and let me say this, right? After Q was like, yo, send it, I DM'd him like, yo, He's like, yo, you could either send it or pull up. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pulling up.
Pulling up.
I'm pulling up.
Energy, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? I need the energy. So I told Dandra, I'm like, shit, yo. And it's so crazy. I told a bunch of producers. I didn't just hit Dandra. I'm like, yo, listen, Q want to do some shit?
Send me what you got.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw the ball up. I'm gonna give everybody a shot.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't just, oh yeah, Darren. It was more so like everybody who makes shit that I fuck with, that I'm working with. You know what I mean? Make a beat. I'm going to fuck with Schoolboy on this day. Give me some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I go to the studio. I play a bunch of shit for Q. He's like, yo, this shit hard. He chose the joint with Conway. He went to the bathroom. Me and the engineer, he's like, yo, he never heard of me. So he's like, yo, play some shit. I'm playing shit. I had the Sage joint. That was a whole song. I had 2 verses to the shit.
Copy.
You understand what I'm saying? So I played a bunch of songs, but that song was playing. Like Q went to the bathroom. So then I'm playing songs. He come back and this song is playing. And he's like, oh, what the fuck is this?
He's like, you holding out.
Because at first he heard the Protro joint with Kanye. He's like, oh, yeah, this hard. This it right here. He walks in and hears the Sage joint. He's like, oh, yo, what the fuck is this? I'm like, yeah, this is. He's like, nah, this it. I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh, shit. Mind you, I'm in L.A. and it's early. Q's like, yo, come to the studio at 10 a.m.
That's not rapper hours at all.
All right. So what time is that in New York?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, yo, shit. Like, Darren, like, yo, I need this fucking beat, but no, like, I need the beat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit.
You're waking up like, huh?
Yeah, like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? He sent it and Q just went in. So that's how that happened.
Let me ask you this. Was that like a moment where like, you know who you are, Rome Streetz?
Yeah.
But the collaboration coming together, was that a time for you where you was like, oh, no, I got some reach here?
Yes. Because, bro, I'm a fan of music. I remember where I was when someone put me on to TDE and all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was in the back of my homeboy's car smoking, and then my other homeboy was like, yo, listen to this shit. There's some, you never heard of fucking TDE? Like, this was when, like, Overly Dedicated came out and all that shit. This was like 2009, 2010 shit, and he put me on to all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like TDE's music played a large part in just like my energy. You know what I'm saying? Music is like the shit that you listen to when you're moving around.
Right.
So certain things that you're doing is a soundtrack. A lot of TDE songs, Schoolboy songs is like the soundtrack to a time period in my life. So it's like to be able to like know that at a time when I'm making this type of music and everybody's like, oh, this shit ain't like, you gotta make this other type of music, Rome. Like if you really want to get noticed, like put some auto-tune or something, like singing or like make some club shit. And to know that now it's like I can be in the mix of all my favorite rappers and they fuck with me and I could do songs with them based and I'm still me. You understand what I'm saying? Like to see that I got from here to here is like, this shit is ill, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a moment. You know what I mean?
And that leads to my next question. Because from the time we started this pod, maybe 5 years ago, we always talked about like at a certain point, this whole sound shit is gonna reset.
Yeah.
Niggas rapping is gonna matter again. And it seems as though like you guys have been part of a wave that has kind of like opened the conduit for niggas to be comfortable rapping. Like, do you guys ever think like, Darren, do you think about that sometimes? Like, yo, 3-4 years ago, niggas wasn't rapping. Now all these mainstream niggas want to spit bars. They getting with Alchemist.
Yeah.
They hitting up Conductor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you spearheaded a whole sound. Is that like a vindication for you?
Yeah, it's like to see this shit coming back when we thought it wasn't going to be possible, or you might thought that this shit just might, end up being something we can't do all like that, So the fact that we were able to just still make the type of music that we were inspired by is just dope, That we are having another few years here where it's appreciated again, and it feels like we could just keep the shit going, like there's no cap on it. You know what I mean? Like 10 years from now, we'll see. But I feel like for now we could just keep cooking and we don't have to worry about it. You know, we'll adapt to everything that's happening as well. So
that's dope, because it's like when he mentioned Schoolboy, it's like before artists like Rome Streetz have to go out call the playing an away game. You might have to get on a Schoolboy-esque beat to get the look.
Word.
But Schoolboy played an away game. He got on a Derringer beat, had the round next to Rome Streetz. To me, that's the perfect microcosm of like where we are in rap right now. With niggas, again, yeah, you could do your little melodies and things of that nature, but to me, like, you guys have mucked the game up to where it's like, all right, nah, you gotta rap. You can't ignore the bars anymore. Like, do you champion that role? Do you feel good? Do you have quiet moments like, yo, I got niggas rapping?
I'm gonna keep it a bean. Schoolboy is a rapper. Like, he's an MC.
Yes.
Like, he's not no slouch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's not no mumble rapper. Like, that nigga gets busy. Like, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, as far as just like a recording process, a writing I've never seen anybody do what Q did in the studio. Cause like, first of all, he didn't write that shit. Second of all, like, the verse wasn't even really like that. Like, he really just did some whole other shit and just like, so that was fly. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like, when it comes to music is music. Like, right now, like, in the beginning of rap, everything wasn't compartmentalized. Like, this type of rap, that type of rap. This. If you rapped, you rap.
Right.
If you rapped, you rap. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like, I like it now because everything is taking up space. Like, this type of rap is really taking up space today. Like, in the mid and early, I'm not gonna say early 2000s, but there was a time period where this shit felt like it was obsolete.
Yes.
You understand
what
I'm saying?
Fun of you if you had bars at a certain point.
Like, yo, you had bars, it was weird. Like, bro, you're rapping too much. It's too many words in your rap. It's too many raps in your rap song.
It's too many raps in
you understand what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's like, today, it's like, all the mainstream rappers, regardless of what type of rap they do, feel like they have to put a rap song on their shit. If you do auto-tune, you do sing shit, do fucking club shit, you do coochie rap, you gonna have one song where you spin bars.
Yeah, y'all got Yachty rhyming on drumless beats. Imagine that.
Yeah,
that shit
but
is
it's
crazy
like, you know,
too. I love that.
everything
That's
got a
fire.
space. And then even with this is like, oh, okay, this type of rap is only like boxed into a certain age group of niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got niggas at 16, 17, and they got bars.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not auto-tuning, not singing, they're not fucking mumble rapping. The motherfuckers will tear your head off. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I like the fact that this shit has a life. And even the fact it's like, even when I was coming up, it was more so like, yo, bro, if I don't get on by the time I'm fucking 25, it's over. You know what I mean? Bro, like, niggas didn't really start, like, niggas who I, like, the world didn't really start like fucking with my shit until I was like 30.
Right.
At a time when I felt like, yo, listen, bro, it's clipped if you ain't, if you ain't on by the time you're 25, listen, bro.
Go get a
be
job.
A plumber or some shit.
You
find a trade, nigga.
Like, yeah, like, so Griselda kind of opened that shit up. You understand? Like, I feel like 2 Chainz was probably the first, like, up in age rapper. And even when you in your 30s and your mid 30s, in the grand scheme of life, you're not old.
Right.
It's just the fact that motherfuckers be trying to sign a rapper when he's 12. It's like, he ain't got shit to talk about.
Shitty
but it's
deal
like, you know what?
and keep
Yeah,
him there,
bro.
you know what I mean?
Like, I mean, let me sign you to this $975 deal when you're 12. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know what I mean? Like Griselda kind of like opened the lane for like a motherfucker who's kind of like more older and has something real to say. Like, listen to this.
Facts.
Like, you don't have to be 13 to bust your rap career. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, it's good that we can thrive and get a bag and tour and go all over the world and
have
fucking
impact. Don't
like,
leave that out, bro.
Have the same impact that the motherfucker who is doing the mainstream type of rap, or, you know what I'm saying, the club rap, like, this shit got a space too. Like people actually want to hear something where people are saying something.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just great that this has a lane too. Even though it's the original lane, they try to block it out. Like
got a handful of questions.
It's a lot of us.
Before we wrap it up, but going back to this project, as a collaborative effort, what would you guys say was like the main goal for the listener to take away from Hatton Garden Holdup? Because we know you nice, so we not proving that anymore. We know Derringer's good at production. So
Like,
what would you say is the keynote?
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. There wasn't any like statement that I was trying to get motherfuckers to embrace. It was just more so like, y'all ain't heard Derringer on the whole project in a while. So here's that greasy shit. You know what I mean? This like, here's the grimy, spooky greaseball rap that y'all want to hear. You understand what I'm saying? Like when Griselda first came out, it wasn't no motherfucking, oh, what is y'all mission statement? It's not that. We bringing back that greasy shit. It's like, there was no motherfucking thing that I wanted y'all to get from this album besides, here y'all go. This what y'all crying for.
Here's
this
your
what y'all was
fix.
missing for. Here's y'all fix. Get your veins ready. Get your crack pipes ready. Go get your roll up. Go get your cup. Whatever y'all use to get lit, this is it. Like, later on, I might want to give y'all some basic instructions before leaving Earth. If y'all want that from me, I'm going to give it to y'all. But listen, this is that fucking shit. Like,
That's a fact.
this what this is about.
That's a fact.
You understand
Now,
what I'm saying?
Derringer, like, I can't let you leave here without asking this question because, again, as we've navigated this pod and, you know, enjoying what you guys have done as a collective, individually, as a unit now, there's people who have complained about drumless beats.
Still.
What do you have to say as the producer, the people who are complaining, oh, we want some drums? What does Derringer have to say about that?
Damned if we do, damned if we don't at this point. You know what I mean? It's like I give you guys a whole album with drums and people still complain about drumless beats, or I give an album with all drums and not as much music and melody as there would be if there were no drums and people still complain. So it's just, they won't be happy either way. So we just keep doing what we like, man.
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's really
but then
just
the mainstream be latching on.
That's
so
my favorite
really
part
just
of
the
this whole
feeling
journey.
of this whole shit. Like, it don't matter what you
People
do.
don't know what they want until you give it to them.
Yeah,
Or people don't know what they want until they don't have certain. It's like when they have too much of one thing, they won't complain about the other thing. When they got too much of that, they're gonna complain there ain't enough of that. It's like, listen, bro, when it comes to art, we're not making this based on what y'all feel. This is based on what we feel. When it comes to like the rapper and the artist and this beat ain't got no drum, it's because when I heard the beat, I got the energy to write the rhyme. I didn't need the drum.
Right.
You understand? It just sounded great, right? It's about how it sounds to the creator. Like, y'all are the last motherfuckers. Like, we're not, like, you know what? How is this fan gonna feel once I get it? Like, we don't care about that shit.
That's the same shit Rick Rubin said.
Like, it's not about that, man. Y'all just got y'all have the forum to base y'all opinion and think y'all opinion is gonna like steer what the creator creates. No. Y'all the only thing y'all do is say what y'all think after we create this thing. Like, we're not basing our creations off of what y'all think and feel, because soon as we do that, y'all go say, I want the other shit.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Because they're never happy.
yeah, bro, like,
they
niggas
change
don't
the
make
question.
fucking movies based upon what people want to watch, because y'all don't fucking know until, and then it's like, we can't do that, because if you put something in front of 200 people, 100 people will be like, yo, this is great, and 100 people be like, I don't know, this is, like, you can't do that.
I've been
It's
on
just
both
about
sides.
our energy, like, the sneakers you got on right now wasn't based upon what you think is a good shoe. You didn't know what the fuck a good shoe was until you put your foot in it.
All right, that's a great answer. I got another.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, you cook. Yo, look, one thing about Rome Streetz, I'm gonna tell you like this. When you see Rome, you might not think this man is what he is in this interview, but this man is He needs to be a life coach. I'm just gonna put it out there. When you done with ramen,
Yeah, that's a topic.
Rome Streetz, the life coach needs
It's
to
so
happen.
crazy.
Yeah.
And you know, I wish that I can rap how I be talking.
I think you do.
But you know, I probably do. But
I listen
it's
to the
levels
same
this
way at
shit,
least
man.
3 times
you
a
know,
week. You know what I mean? Because
you know,
you be spitting, Rome.
In my mind, like I said, the job is never finished, man. Like if I thought I was perfect, I don't know, I'd probably be a different person. You know what I mean?
So hold on now. I got another question from Dini to balance over here in the cut. The last time you was here, you spoke about manifestation. You spoke about the law of attraction and how manifestation is a formula, how you eat, how you breathe, etc. As of right now, you've been checking boxes. Again, I talk about checkpoints with this podcast. At each point, you have leveled up. You've gotten everything that you tried to attain. What are you trying to manifest now?
If I was to say that, it probably wouldn't come true. But I'm gonna be honest. Everything you see me do is a manifestation.
Boom.
So, you know, like, even this right here, you know, me and Diesel, like, I started off a fan, like, yo, I need to rap over this type of shit. And, you know, we here doing this interview. And it wasn't because I was fucking begging.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, your life is a manifestation. Like, your today is, if you listen, bro, if you having your way, your today is a manifestation of yesterday.
Talk.
Today might be your manifestation of last week.
Rome Streetz to life
You just
coach,
gotta
right?
do it. And it's so crazy, that's a rhyme. If you having your way, today is a manifestation of yesterday. That's a bar that I didn't write that you gonna hear on the fucking track because one of y'all niggas might steal it.
Come on now. Listen, man.
And if I forget it, I'm always come back here and be like, all right, what was that shit I said?
Now, I'm gonna just send you the clip so you could just keep that right there.
Yeah,
but look, we got
shit though. But
you got
real
another
talk,
question?
like,
Yeah, now before we wrap up, this is a really, really quick question. Don't want to put y'all on the spot if you don't want to answer. If you don't have an answer, it's cool. What is your favorite song from this project, if you have one? Roman and Derek.
My favorite song on this shit is probably Drive By.
Okay.
Because it just like puts me in a feel. Like that song reminds me of Desperado.
Yes.
Like when he opened up the suitcase with the chopper. I mean the guitar case.
Guitar case,
yeah,
yeah.
That, it just like that beat just like reminds me of that scene. That's why I call it Drive By. I say, yeah, you know, like I come to really fuck this shit up. I love every song, but that song just puts me in a mode of just like I'm the best fucking rapper ever. Like,
there you go.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Darren?
You got a favorite, Derringer?
I have several, but really I've been fucking with 100 Schemes right now too, just because the way he's rhyming on that, especially too, just from me, not even a beat standpoint, just the way he's rhyming on that one, just going to the second verse and just he bodies that song. He's bodying the whole album, but yeah, that one I've been going back to lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fire.
That's what's up.
I know it was a single, but I'll throw it out there only because I'm a fan. Like Starbucks was so dope to me because it's like, again, right before you made the transition over to the team, Rome, to hear you on that particular aesthetic, that's like Grail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've heard that kind of sound many times with different artists on the team, but it was almost like graduation. Rome is here now. He's rhyming on this particular sound. He's bodying it. Starbucks.
That Starbucks joint, it just got a bop.
Yeah.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Big
Like
New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like with me also, it's like the way I choose beats is, does it make me move my whole body with no words? Like that Starbucks beat is just like, it just make you feel yourself. You in like, it just has a certain bop that's just like that's that shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, Starbucks was it. Even when we made that song, I'm like, yeah, this shit it. I sent it to Coach, I'm like, yo, listen to this shit. He's like, oh, this is it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just dope because it's like we're all from the same era.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? It's like we're all from the same era and we know what we trying to capture. sometimes you'll get an artist like you'll get an artist that's like, for today's standard, that nigga be 17. His manager's like 42.
There's a disconnect there.
His A&R's 28. Yeah.
Run like this.
They all came up in a different era of this rap shit, so they all might love a different shit. So when it comes to a song, these niggas be biting. It's like, oh yeah, you hear some shit like, yeah, bro.
I want to make drill rap.
Punching each other up in the studio about this song. It's like, why? Like,
listen
like,
to my Batman
like, yo,
voice.
bro, like you understand what I'm saying? Like, we all love the same shit. We all know what we looking for, like that. It's like we all know what gold is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a certain age group, when it comes to this music, like, you might think gold, like Grail rap, is different than what a 13-year-old think Grail rap is, was different than a 25-year-old Grail rap is. And so it's like, when it comes to creation, everybody kind of got to be on the same page.
Facts.
Right. When it comes to like me and all the people I work with, we all kind of love the same shit. So it's like, when something is it, and then we send around for opinions, it's like, yeah. And there's certain levels of the yeah.
And
you might get the
that face, that stink face too.
It's like when it's the attached with the stink face. So that's Starbucks. Everyone has the stink face.
That's the feeling I had when I first heard it, bro.
This is the first single. Even though we knew we had the Schoolboy song, it's like, nah, this right here.
This is it. This is the thing.
Right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I appreciate you answering that, because when I hear that record, I'm like, this is the song. I can hear this, like, that's like, I always talk about flavor videos, but I can hear that, like, flavor videos, get all the fatigues on, boot camp niggas, and just really just, like, mosh out, you know what I mean?
I put it like this. It's like, when it comes to making shit, like with me, I make the shit that I want to hear. So it's like, when you get those opinions from the people that feel just like you, and you make the music for the people that feel like you know it's gonna resonate, because you know how you listen to music. If you make music for people who ain't even, there's niggas that's 42 that's making music for 13-year-olds. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? This niggas that's 38 that's making music for 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they shit might not last for 10 years.
You got a shelf life.
You understand? I make music for the niggas that like the shit that I like. Everybody else is secondary. Yeah. So it's like, as long as I'm living, I'm going to listen to the same shit. So I feel like the music that I make is going to live as long as I live.
That is it. And we gonna stick
and that's
to
what
it
is.
Yes.
Right
that's the bar right there.
Listen to me. We got Rome Streetz, Derringer at the Rap Round Table.
Legendary.
Just in case you've been living under a rock and you don't know who these gentlemen are, I'll start with Derringer. Where can the people find you on social media?
On Instagram, just Derringer with _. And same for Twitter too.
Straight like that.
Yeah.
Rome Streetz.
Me, man, Rome Streetz with a Z at the end. Everywhere. Besides Twitter is Rome _Streetz. You know what I mean? TikTok is Rome Streetz with a dot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can't understand that, just Google my shit.
Straight like that. And look, Rome Streetz with a Z.
Yeah.
Not an S.
Listen, if Rome Italy Streets come up first, I'm gonna come up second.
Boom. An easy Google.
We in this
look,
motherfucker, man.
Episode 108 comes to an end.
Yes.
We appreciate these guys coming through, locking in, giving us the behind the scenes of one of the best projects of 2024. If you haven't by now, Hatton Garden Holdup is out on all the DSPs.
Run that up.
So run it up, lock in. It's the Rap Round Table, episode 108. Until next time, we are out of here. Sir.